You see my shirt? Black Panther. I'm live. It's Thursday. I'm live. Y'all, the past few days have just been... I'm honestly amazed. I'm honestly concerned about the amount of people that I'm now wondering are starving their children. Concerned. Hi, the boy in blue. Hi, Sade. Hi, Monica. Hi, Jonas Van. We can't say that out loud. It's hating. Bro. Let me say some more hellos. I'm sure you guys just saw, I just had I was like, should I say what I want to say? And I was like, let me say some more hellos. Hi, Bailey. Hi, Cher. Hi, Sade. Our DMs had me shook. This whole stitch has been a nightmare. Hi, Mel. Hi, Janae. Hi, Christiana Way. Hi, Miss Larice. Hi, Mistress Cross. Mr. Yo King, I see you. Khadijah. Hi, Taylor. Finally off work to watch the chat fully. Marshall. Oh, wait, what? Janae, first live in a minute. Yeah, I'm alarmed. Yeah, Janae, I haven't seen you in a long time. How are you? I'm very alarmed. Stan culture has me worried some folks might emulate her actions. Okay, yes. I'm also alarmed. I feel like she has way too much influence and people are going to think that this is fine. But since you brought up stan culture, let's talk about stan culture. Because, somebody just said, we're not allowed to talk about this. Has stan culture really reached a point where people will literally explain away someone hurting their baby or their child? Have we really reached that point of stan culture? That's scary to me. And you guys know, y'all know I do not play. Y'all know I don't play about babies and I don't play about kids. Y'all know that's, especially longtime subscribers that remember when I had the car seats in the back of my car. Y'all know I don't play when it comes to babies and it comes to kids, because babies and kids are literally innocent. They literally didn't ask to be here, which we've talked about. I really be thinking to myself, I didn't even give my own consent to be here existing. What the fuck? Consent culture? Consent culture on parenting. But, babies are innocent. They didn't ask to be here. Right. Babies and kids need to be safe and protected. And black children and black babies especially just have, no protection, no nothing. And I think that the baby's a girl. I want to say it's a girl. So, a girl child, which black girl children get nothing, right? And it's just number one, you cannot give babies, you cannot give infants. Actually, you know what? Let's rewind. Let's rewind before I even say that number one. This is a real baby. This is a real baby. This is not a toy. This is not a doll. This is not just something that we are just talking about. This is not a trending topic. All the people that are just well, it's her baby. She can do whatever she wants with her baby. If she had posted pictures and video of her shaking the shit out of her baby, would people be doing the same? Would people also be it's none of our business what she does with our baby. She can do whatever she wants with her baby. Let's, let her do, let her do whatever she wants with the baby. It's her kid. Would y'all be fine? Would y'all be fine if y'all, if she posted her smacking the baby around or fucking putting out lit cigarettes on the baby's back or some shit like that? Would y'all also be it's her baby, so it's none of our business? No. So, let's fucking start there. She posted the shit. She made the shit public. It's too many people that don't know nothing about babies and don't know anything about children, infants, kids, that are throwing in their 2 cents on, what's fine and what's not fine for babies. So number one, for anybody that doesn't know, you cannot give babies anything except either breast milk or formula for the first 6 months of their life. Full stop. period. The thing about human infants is that human infants are born really before we're ready. Like, you know, we have like a 9-month incubation period, but really human infants are born before we're ready. So like, if you look at other animals and especially other mammals, I want to say like kangaroos, for example, like baby joeys, I want to say they live in their mom's pouch for like 16 months or something like that until they're like fully formed and developed. Human babies are born before we're fully formed and developed, right? So you can't think of a baby. People really think of babies and kids as like little mini adults. Like, you know, just because you can go to GNC and buy some shit for a fucking smoothie, a healthy smoothie, and drink it yourself as an adult and it's healthy, does not mean you can give that exact same thing to even a child, but especially not a fucking baby. And then be like, well, it's healthy. Because the amount of people that I see being like, well, at least it's healthy. She's like, at least giving her baby healthy food. It's not healthy for a baby. It's healthy for an adult. Healthy, right. It's not healthy for a fucking baby. Because babies are not fully formed, okay? Human babies are not fully formed. Babies' intestinal systems are not formed. Their digestive systems are not formed. Their immune systems are not formed. Like, none of that shit is fully developed when you give birth to a baby. So for the first 6 months, and I saw you, Absurd said that is called the 4th trimester. For the first 6 months of your baby's life, it is basically like the 4th trimester. You can only give your baby milk, breast milk, or formula. I just want to put that out there for the amount of people that are like, well, I don't see what's the big deal with her having her baby on a vegan lifestyle. You can't give your baby fruits and vegetables and water and shit until they're a certain age. Because their little digestive system literally cannot take it. It cannot break it down. It's not fully formed enough. We have all type of bacteria in our gut, good bacteria. If you guys look into probiotics and some of that stuff, which I know some of y'all have, right? We have certain types of bacteria and shit in our gut that allows us to like break down certain types of foods, acids, and things like that. Babies do not have that. This is why you literally can only give babies certain types of things like breast milk or formula. This is also why babies poop up until a certain age. This shit doesn't even smell like anything because like they don't have anything. They can't, like, they're not eating anything really. Okay? So let's start there. For everybody saying that it's fine because it's healthy. No, it's not healthy for a fucking baby, you fucking idiots. Number 2, she was putting honey in the shit that she posted. Man, over the last 48 hours, I have been shocked at the amount of people that did not know that you could not give children honey until after they are 1, preferably 2. So for everybody watching, all 182 of y'all that's watching right now, you are not supposed to give babies honey ever. That is the number 1 rule. Pregnant women aren't even supposed to eat honey, okay? Pregnant women can't eat honey. Babies can't have honey, okay? Because, like it says it on the honey labels. And the reason why, this is the number 1 rule, okay? The reason why, yes, she gave her baby honey, Kyrie, raw honey, her infant, her 2-month-old, okay? The reason why you can't give babies honey is because it can fucking kill them. It can cause botulism, okay? Never, ever, never, ever, 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 ever give a baby, preferably under the age of 2, but they say at least 1, you never give a baby honey, okay? She's definitely raising her kid like it's the 80s. And I said to somebody that there's a lot of old wives' tales around honey, because my mom has even told me that, like, when I was young, I wouldn't drink water out of a sippy cup. And so, like, a lot of people told my mom, a lot of, like, the women in the family told my mom, oh, put a little honey, because honey is, like, sticky. It's not, like, a liquid, like, juice or anything like that. They told my mom, put a little honey on the sippy cup because it's, like, sweet, to get her to, like, suck and get her to drink the water, and which my mom did. Luckily, I was old enough. I was like around 2 or a little bit older too. I was a toddler, so that I was able to handle it. But there's all type of old wives' tales out there that's like, oh, put a little honey on the nipple, or, you know, give them something sweet so that they can latch on. Like, all type of stuff about, like, oh, give them a little bit of honey, it's fine. Give them a little bit of honey with medicine. You cannot give, you cannot give babies Honey, it could literally, I'm not going to say will, but it could literally kill them. There's a very high rate of them getting botulism from it. No, you cannot eat honey when you're pregnant either. You cannot eat honey when you're pregnant. You will harm your baby. You will harm your baby. Period. Full stop. For all the people that's like, I don't see what's the big deal. Like, Alicia's giving her baby like healthy food, honey, and it's organic and it's raw. You cannot give babies honey. That's the number one rule that they tell you, because you could give your baby botulism and it could literally kill them. Let me also say, some are supposed to be a vegan, right? Honey is not vegan. Honey is an animal byproduct. Honey is not vegan. Like, the amount of people that I've seen, and I say this as a fucking pescatarian, the amount of people that I've seen being like, she's vegan, she's on the vegan lifestyle. Honey's not even vegan. Honey is not even vegan. It's an animal byproduct. So all the people that's like, well, at least she's not giving her baby cow's milk, which is a fucking animal byproduct, and that honey is an animal byproduct. I don't know where you guys think honey. Get the motherfucking vegan police. Taylor, I've been thinking about the vegan police all day. The vegan police need to come. Honey isn't vegan. Chicken parm isn't vegan. Gelato isn't vegan. This shit is animal byproducts, which means they are not vegan. If you're vegan, you're not supposed to not only eat meat, but you're also not supposed to have any animal byproducts, which includes milk, cheese, honey, eggs, all that. So number one, the bitch is not even a vegan. Like, she's not even a vegan. Okay? Honey is not vegan. And honey harms babies. It harms babies. And in addition to the fact that honey harms babies, the other shit that she's giving her infant, her baby literally, her baby's body literally cannot handle these things. The digestive system of a baby cannot handle these things. Okay? So all the people that don't know nothing about babies, but are talking on social media about this and like throwing in their 2 cents of how they think it's fine, I would never, ever, ever wish anything bad on Summer Walker's baby. So don't say that I'm wishing bad on her baby or anything like that. But she's starving her baby. I'm dead serious. I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. She's starving her baby. She's not giving her, if she's not giving her baby breast milk or formula, those are the 2 options. Breast milk or formula. Those are the 2 options, okay? For the first 6 months, those are the 2 options. Those are the options. Honey is not an option. Hemp seed milk is not an option. Coconut milk is not an option. Just because, let me also just say, just because something has milk in the title also doesn't mean it's okay to give it to your baby. You can't just be like, well, I don't want to give my baby breast milk or formula, so I'm just going to give my baby dandelion milk instead. Or I'm going to give my baby coconut milk. And no, you can't. No. Babies need certain types of nutrients, very specific nutrients, right? That a woman's body produces, right? Your breast milk, right? Babies need very certain nutrients so that they can grow and so that they can develop naturally and in their best way, okay? Occupational therapy is like child development therapy. Anybody that wants to like look into that so you can like learn more about it. And if you can't breastfeed, the reason why a lot of people do formula is because formula is deliberately made to like mimic the nutrients that are in breast milk. There's very specific nutrients that babies need to develop because, again, when you have a baby, the baby is not fully formed, okay? Your baby is still developing for at least the first 6 months, which is why they call it the 4th trimester, just like Absurd said, right? You can't just decide, oh, I'm just going to give my baby whatever I want. I'm just going to give my baby fruits and vegetables, and I'm just going to blend it up. Because, like, that's all they need, right? Like, that's all they need. Like, a part of me feels like I'm sure Summer even feels like this is fine. Like, I'm sure she feels like this is fine. Like, you know, well, it's healthy for me, so of course it's healthy for my baby. But a baby is not a little mini adult, okay? Like, a baby cannot handle, like, what you can handle. Like, you can handle smoking and drinking too, bitch. Would you fucking give your baby a fucking cigarette and a fucking cocktail? No. Just because you do something does not mean it's okay for your child. Now, I've seen you guys bringing up, I know I'm like missing comments. I'm going to go back and look at your comments, but I just like really wanted to say this and like get this off my chest because it's just been weighing on me. The amount of fucking stupidity really has me concerned for some people's kids. I really, like, some of the shit I've seen over the last 2 days, I know for a fact that there's some kids out there that's starving right now or that have passed away because like their parents gave them honey and like didn't, and didn't really know what to give them, didn't take care of them. Like, because the shit that I'm seeing, and people being like, no, well, it's holistic. Like, she's blending up fruits and vegetables in a baby. It's healthy. That's not healthy for a baby. Like, you can't put a quote unquote holistic vegan diet on a baby that literally needs certain nutrients to survive. Getting into the breastfeeding versus the formula. I know that there's a lot of people that don't like to use formula because a lot of formulas do have a lot of chemicals in them. However, they do make vegan formula. This is a thing that exists. You can also make your own formula. You can, like, there's a lot of information out there for moms that do want to be more holistic, or for moms that are vegan, for moms that are concerned about making sure their babies have the correct nutrients. A lot of the times doctors will also have you start your baby on some type of suppository or some type of drops, some type of supplements, some type of vitamins, especially if your kid has extreme food allergies, which, by the way, it's not even safe for her to even be giving her baby this type of stuff either, because like, what if it turns out her child has a food allergy to honey? It's a baby. The baby can't tell her, right? What if her baby has a food allergy to some of this stuff that she's giving it? It's a baby. The baby can't tell her. That's what I already said, Jada. Honey's not even vegan. It's an animal byproduct. Like, come on. So if you don't or can't breastfeed, most women with implants can breastfeed. A lot of the times it depends on how the implant was done. There's normally two main ways of how they do the implants. One way that they do it is they go in through the armpit and they put the implant in. But some other ways that they do it is they cut off the nipple. They like completely remove the nipple and they put it in the front, and then they reattach the nipple and they put the nipple back on. So a lot of the times if they cut your nipple off and they put it in through the front, they cut it. Like, so they sever the milk ducts. Oh, somebody did super chat. Akil, thank you. So a lot of the times if they have to cut your nipple off and that's the way they do it, they sever the milk ducts and they like sever the nipple. So if that's the way that her breast implants were done, it's probably true that she can't breastfeed. Or since Summer is all shot up full of fucking illegal injections and implants in her ass and her fucking titties and face all chopped and screwed, she also might not feel comfortable because she herself doesn't know what's inside of her own body. Which, let me also just say, that shit makes fucking Summer Walker being an anti-vaxxer and being against formula and shit hilarious, because you have back alley ass injections that you already don't know what got injected into you. You have fucking breast implants that you already don't know, to the point where you didn't even feel comfortable breastfeeding your child. You wasn't against doctors when you got a nose job, but now you're against doctors. You wasn't against doctors when you got your titties done, but now you're against doctors. You wasn't against doctors when you was getting back alley fucking ass injections, but now you're against doctors. So number one, the bitch is a fucking hypocrite. Number one, the bitch is a fucking hypocrite. But okay, for whatever reason, you don't feel comfortable breastfeeding your child, or it's not possible for you to breastfeed your child, and you also don't want to do formula. That does not mean you could just like make some shit up and give it to your child. If you don't want to buy formula and you don't want to make formula, right? She could get a wet nurse. I know that wet nurses are taboo, especially because of American chattel slavery. So it's very understandable why wet nurses are taboo. For those of you that don't know what a wet nurse is, how do I explain what a wet nurse is? A wet nurse is basically a woman that feeds other people's babies. And so during American chattel slavery, it was very common for Black American women that just gave birth to a child to be forcibly separated from the baby and sold to a white family that just had a baby as a wet nurse and forced to nurse the white child. So obviously that's not ethical. Obviously that's racist. Obviously that's one of only many crimes against humanity that was forced on Black Americans. And even though it's still taboo to this day, there are ethical ways to either get a wet nurse, or they also have ethical like milk banks where people donate breast milk. I have a friend that had a baby that thought about donating breast milk to a milk bank. And Summer has all the money and all the access in the world, right? She could hire a wet nurse. They have night nannies that also double as wet nurses. So you hire the night nanny comes, she feeds the baby, she helps get the baby on a sleep schedule. Like, she takes care of the baby. Summer Walker has the money, she can afford it. There are milk banks where you can go and you can buy breast milk that's clean, it's been sterilized, it's been screened for diseases, it's perfectly fine and healthy. Summer Walker has the money. She could go to a milk bank and buy breast milk for her baby to be sure her baby's getting the nutrients that her baby needs to develop and grow strong and healthy. If she herself can't or doesn't want to breastfeed for whatever reason, and she also doesn't want formula because of she has questions about what's in the formula, which like I don't mind really, because like a lot of people don't want to use formula, but again, that doesn't mean you could just be like, I'm gonna just blend up a pear instead and give it to my baby and it's cool because I'm a vegan, so like why not put my baby on a vegan lifestyle? It's not at all the same at all. But this also reminds me, which I said in Discord, of like people that try to like put their pets on a vegan diet and then like the pet starves to death because like dogs and cats are fucking naturally carnivores. If you don't feel comfortable with feeding a dog or a cat fucking meat, then like you can't have a pet because that's what they eat. Like that's what they eat. You can't just you like people really are trying to like impose their own will on innocent fucking creatures and babies and kids. And it's fucking disgusting. And I genuinely do not believe that she's even been to a fucking pediatrician, which even if you don't want to go to a pediatrician because you're against doctors until it comes time to, you know, fix your nose and fix your titties and fix your ass and you're not against doctors. But even if you're against doctors when it comes to the health of your child, you could go to a holistic nutritionist. There are holistic nutritionists. There are holistic nurse practitioners, people that could help you figure out what to do. You can't just wing this shit. And if her baby, God forbid, because there's stories, articles that you guys can look up of parents that, you know, they try to put their baby on this like strict fucking vegan diet and feed them coconut milk and shit, and their babies ended up malnourished. Their babies ended up with developmental challenges. Their babies ended up with problems. And God forbid if something happens to Summer Walker's baby, everybody's going to be looking around like, why didn't anybody do anything? Why didn't anybody do anything? Why didn't anybody do anything? Meanwhile, when she fucking posted this shit, which she herself said even before she got pregnant, when she was all over the internet, which is another thing, because Summer Walker sat all over the internet judging other moms, right? She sat all over the internet judging other mothers, talking about all the shit that other moms need to do and don't need to do, but now her stans want to sit on the internet and act like we can't talk about her when she herself is posting pictures, even though I just saw that some of you guys said that she deleted them posts, when she herself is posting fucking pictures of her baby looking malnourished, when she herself is posting these smoothie fixings with her baby bottle. She literally posted the smoothie fixings and the bottle, and then the very next slide was her feeding the baby out of the bottle. But people tried to say, oh, she's trolling, she's joking. Summer herself said that this was what she was going to do when she had a baby, and she's doing it. And no, I'm not minding my business because I don't play about kids and babies and child abuse. And this is child abuse. She's starving her child. She is starving her child. She's starving her child. And also for all the weirdos out there, which I didn't even know these motherfuckers existed before today. All the weirdos out here talking about oh, we just mad because her baby's not fat. We just mad because her baby's not overweight. We're jealous. Y'all really feel that strongly about fat people that y'all want skinny babies? Babies are supposed to be fat. Babies are supposed to be fat, chunky monkeys. We want 85th percentile, big fat babies. You fucking weirdos. Food is fuel. Fat is fuel. And this goes for the weirdos that's getting into veganism just to get skinny too. You're fucking weird. You're fucking weird. Y'all have babies on diets. I saw somebody say yesterday that they felt like Summer posted her skinny baby as like a flex. Like, ooh, look at my baby. Like, my baby's skinny. And I seen one of her stans really going off, talking about people just mad because her baby's not overweight. Oh, I seen babies that's fat and miserable. Babies are supposed to be fat. What are you talking about? It's a baby. It's a baby. Babies are supposed to be fat. I'm so concerned. Yesterday, I was like literally furious. I was furious. Also, doesn't the extra fat on a baby protect their still developing bones? Yes, it does. And it also protects their immune systems because babies have a lowered immune system. So the fat keeps them warm. It helps keep them from getting colds. It helps keep them from getting sick. Summer posted that picture of her and her baby standing outside. Her baby didn't have no clothes on. Her baby didn't have no socks on. You're always supposed to have socks and a head covering on a baby. Y'all know that, right? Because babies lose heat. They lose heat through their head, which all human beings lose the majority of our body heat through the top of our head and also through the soles of our feet. Okay? She had her baby outside without no socks on, not covered, them little skinny legs. The baby looked malnourished. Like, I don't believe she's going to a doctor. I don't believe she's going to a pediatrician. I don't believe she's even seen a pediatrician throughout her entire pregnancy because a pediatrician would have told her that she can't eat honey, nor can she give honey to the baby. Like, it doesn't matter if Summer herself is even eating it. Honey's not even vegan. She's supposed to be vegan. But it doesn't even matter if, like, she's eating it because, like, she's not pregnant women and women that just gave birth aren't even supposed to eat honey either. So either she went to a pediatrician, the pediatrician told her and she didn't give a fuck, which is reckless child endangerment and negligence, or she didn't go to a doctor and she didn't know. And she had the baby home in a bathtub with Erykah Badu with a crystal over her head as a fucking doula. Another bitch that I love her music, but there's clearly nothing going on upstairs, right? And now she's winging it. You cannot wing it with a baby. You can't wing it with a baby. Especially when, again, like, this bitch has so much money and so much access. Like, we've talked, you guys have heard me talk about, like, Black maternal, like, fatality rates. Like, the rates of Black mothers and babies that are dying is terrifying. And also, here's somebody with all the money in the world, all the access in the world to, you know, if you want to be holistic, like, I'm not against holistic living. I'm not. Like, but there's ways to go about it to ensure that you're getting the proper nutrients that you need and that your baby is getting the proper nutrients. And she's clearly not going about it, and everybody's acting like it's fine or like it's funny or like it's a joke. I'm using everybody loosely, you know, for people to be like, who's everybody? You're not talking about me. I'm not talking about you. But it's just like, and a lot of people, again, like, they don't know about babies, they don't know about kids, or they don't care about babies, they don't care about kids, so they're throwing in their 2 cents on social media. And I'm also really concerned about the influence that she has on other people to think that it's fine to do this with their kids. You will kill your baby doing this. You will kill your baby giving them honey. You will kill your baby giving them anything aside from breast milk and formula or anything that hasn't been allowed by your doctor. But really, it's breast milk or formula for the first 6 months. You will kill your child. Or if you don't kill them, you could leave them with severe developmental delays and possibly even, you know, disabilities, which you guys can look up. But everybody nowadays thinks that, like, everything is funny and everything is a joke and everything is a trending topic just for us to talk about. Or everything is some stand shit where the stand's going to defend everything somebody does. It's child abuse. It's negligence and it's endangerment. And I normally never root for CPS to get involved. I normally never root for any type of intervention, but somebody needs to step in. And I saw y'all saying, like, where's the baby daddy and, like, where's her parents and where's her family members? I don't know. I too would like to know where they are, because I don't know where the fuck they are either. I have heard that fucking London is a deadbeat, which people said for Summer stupid ass even got pregnant by him. But the baby is innocent. The baby didn't ask to be here. Now the baby's being fed raw honey and hemp, starving to death. And I'm going to call it what it is. I don't give a fuck about how y'all feel. And again, she's still a hypocrite. Because when it came time to fucking, again, chop and screw her face, her nose, her titties, her ass, she ain't have no problem with going to the doctor. But when it comes time to fucking talk about her baby's health, all of a sudden, oh, I don't trust these doctors. Da, 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 da. Fuck y'all. Like, no. And fuck anybody that thinks that shit is okay. It's not okay. It's not okay. Not okay. I know I'm way behind. Hello to everybody that I missed. Thank you to the person that did super chat. Jada, Brooke, I see you. Absurd. Firefly, Nicole, Queen, Savannah, Kaija can't get over the Summer Walker thing. I really wonder what happened to her brain. A milk bank is a great resource. I feel like if it's one Black American employing the help of another Black American for wet nursing, that might be better, especially a white or non-Black doing so. I wonder why her mother or her baby daddy's mother hasn't interfered by now. Hi, Chris. Summer want to be a raw vegan weirdo lady. She's a weirdo and she's disturbed. She has all the resources she needs. She's being willfully ignorant and negligent. And then want to get on people for talking about it. Like, bitch, you posted the shit. You thought your little skinny, malnourished baby that you're abusing is a flex. Because you're weird as fuck. Like, no, you can't drink alcohol while breastfeeding. And I'm sure that's part of it too. I've seen people being like, she really don't want to breastfeed because she don't want to stop drinking and doing drugs. Which... I don't give a fuck who likes her music and who doesn't like people saying that, because that shit sounds true to me also. Hi, Nikki. Like, why do these people have children? I don't understand. Like, just to look good. I swear some people are so whack. Hi, Nelly. It's not like she's a struggling parent that has to ration milk or formula. This makes me so mad, especially because she has so many resources and access. Hi, lovely me. Now animals on a vegan diet. I'm screaming. People have killed their pets doing that shit. Summer just posted on her story that she's shopping for wine, so I'm wondering if that's the real reason why she doesn't want to breastfeed her baby. If that's how you feel, why don't you just get a pet that eats plants, like a rabbit or something? Hi, Sims3. Do y'all think it's possible Summer Walker has Munchausen by proxy? That's where you, like, abuse your kid for attention. She does seem like she's obsessed with attention. I don't want to armchair diagnose her with anything. But I guess it's possible. I've seen some of y'all saying maybe she has postpartum. Maybe she's a narcissist. Hi, Clarissa. This is very scary. Hi, Cho. You can still go to holistic practices. They exist. We, and by we, I mean adults, can eat almost anything edible because we're omnivores, but baby needs special diets and animals aren't omnivores. You can choose vegan breast milk from milk banks and everything. Summer deleted the majority of her posts and went on a rant. She won't go to a doctor because she knows that they'll report her, which I agree, Nicole, because her baby's clearly underweight. And I don't give a fuck. People that are like, you don't know if her baby's underweight. So this is another thing that people don't know about babies. This is something you really don't know about babies until you have one or until you, like, work with them very closely. Hi, girl interrupted. Everything with babies is, like, set on a scale. Like, there's a height scale, there's a weight scale, and most babies fall into a certain place on the scale, and it's called a percentile. Usually the higher the number, the better, and normally the lower the number, the worse. So if you... And normally there's a correlation, like you can tell, obviously, like you can tell, like normally really small babies are like lower on the percentile chart, and like big healthy babies normally look a certain way, they're higher on the percentile chart. And I think that they say that like anything over 85th and 90th percentile, I think is like starting to get into like the too big range. But generally what you want is you want your baby to fall within the, I would say the 70 and the 85th percentile, something like that, which is like a nice chunky fat baby, like little chunky fat legs, little rolls, little chunky fat arms, little chunky head. Like there's a scale. Like it's not like every baby is different. Like this, I really feel like fucking, I don't know if this is just like social media activism talk, like touching everything, like, well, every baby is different. Like, there's no way of knowing, you know, her skinny ass baby is fine, healthy. There's no way for you to know that her baby's not healthy if you're not a doctor, or, you know, if you don't know, like, if you know babies. I know babies. Like, I'm a motherfucking baby expert. Like, I will say I'm a baby expert. Like, if there's one thing I know is babies. Like, I don't know like certain other things, but I know about fucking babies and how fucking healthy babies are supposed to look, right? So people need to stop with that shit also. Like, shut up. I'm so tired of this shit. Babies are supposed to be chunkers. This is all insane. Babies need to be chunky to be healthy. Babies are growing so fast and moving so much, burning calories. They need a lot of fat, and the fat is in milk, which people also don't know. Like, breast milk separates because there's like a layer of fat. The fat literally rises to the top. This is something that I know motherfuckers don't know. Like, you don't, it's just like certain things that I know you don't know unless you're familiar with babies. But like, breast milk is fat, like it's fatty. It will separate, like after you pump, for example, after you pump and you like store it, a lot of the times, well, if you don't freeze it, if you just, let's say you just like put it in the fridge, when you open it up later and you come back and look, it will have separated. There will be like a watery layer on the bottom and there will be fat on the top. Do not microwave it, because people microwave breast milk and then they kill all the nutrients. What you're supposed to do is you either put it, if you don't have a bottle warmer, which a lot of people don't have because some motherfucking things are expensive as fuck, you can hold it in your hand, the heat from your hand, you can roll it. I'm obviously holding the phone, but you can roll it in between your two hands. You can hold it in your hand. The heat from your hand will warm it up and the fat will slide down. You want to give your baby fat. You literally want to give your baby fat. The fact that people are like, y'all just want her to have a fat, overweight baby. Is it motherfucking crack? Is it crack? Is that Smiley? Hi, Smiley. Super chat, thank you. I knew this was coming when she expressed her opinion on moms that feed their babies formula last year and give them water. She is a dingbat. She is a fucking dingus. She is a dingbat. She is really a fucking dodo bird. Like, also, for the people that don't know, you also cannot give babies water until they're at least 6 months. You are not supposed to give babies anything except breast milk or formula for 6 months. If your baby really has like severe food allergies or, you know, things like that, like there are other workarounds. I was actually talking to Adrienne about this. Some of you guys might remember Adrienne from the Black Americans, Oakland. She is a midwife and a doula, which we discussed on the episode. If you guys haven't seen that episode, please go watch it. She was telling me how probably the closest alternative is goat milk, which I actually didn't know. I don't know if I'd give my baby goat milk, but she was telling me how like the closest, like the actual closest, like thing to human breast milk that you could probably give your baby is goat milk. And I was like, oh, okay. And there's like there are things that you can do, but like your baby needs fat. Your baby needs fat. Like, not water, not vegetables. Your baby needs fat. They're growing, they're moving, they're burning so many calories. They're still developing, even though they're no longer in your womb. Your baby needs fat. Breast milk or formula for the first 6 months. No water. God, how many people are giving their babies water? I'm so stressed out, you guys. The last 2 days have been so stressful for me because I'm now concerned for motherfuckers' babies. Like, the amount of people that I've seen on social media that are really like, well, I give my baby water and honey and shit, and my baby's fine. Or like, every single ounce of honey in the world does not have the spores that cause botulism. Okay, well, do you want to really take that chance with your baby that like you might possibly, like you might have got the 1 in a million fucking container of honey that fucking doesn't have the spores that will give your baby botulism? Like, why? Like, they so on the fake health kick that they're dangerous. They're detrimental. It's too much. It's too much. Let me scroll back up and look at some of these comments. The whole situation just had me like, and I know that like people think it's funny now to like hate kids and like hate babies and like, haha, fuck them kids. Child abuse isn't funny though. Why do I even have to say that? Why is that something that has to be said? People are Disturbia. She thinks the baby is a new handbag. Mix water with formula. Yeah, somebody said you can mix. Yes, you can mix formula with water. Yes, but you cannot give your baby straight water. No. Stan culture is the devil. They don't even recommend water to newborn babies, and she's giving the baby raw honey. This is all so scary. I'm concerned for her baby. These are human lives. Hi, Queen Brittany. She's not breastfeeding. She's not breastfeeding. I think a lot of people these days have babies as accessories. What does that mean? I mean, I know what it means. It's not that I don't know what it means. But a baby is forever. A baby's forever. It's deaf child endangerment. She needs to take a class. People don't take anything seriously anymore. Poor baby. I want to know where her family is. I know they see her abusing this poor baby. No one wants to step in. I don't know if it's like the families don't want to step in because like London and Summer Walker, like they're the money and they don't want to get cut off. I don't know. I just feel like if she's trying to be holistic, just get donor breast milk. She knew he was a deadbeat when she was complaining about child support. The baby has terrible parents, both of them. She's giving her baby raw honey and hemp. It's too much. No matter how anyone feels about kids and babies, they're innocent and vulnerable and don't deserve to be harmed or endangered, period. And I see you guys talking about, oh, like the lives. This is just like what we talked about before. 400 people watching, only 95 likes. Like I said, people watch my shit. Oh, people spy on your girl. Oh, people spy on your girl. They stalk her. Oh, they stalk her. She doesn't take criticism well. I feel like she's just going to be more extra. She was low-key shaming baby mothers a while ago, and now she is one. A baby mom with a deadbeat. Just a dummy. I agree. This is not okay. I like Summer, but it's too much. And the fact that she was judging London's other baby mothers. Oh, Queen Brittany. Parents like these are very common. In the 80s, it was called New Age. Another performer I liked on some buffoonery. Hi, Myra. I really hope someone checks in on that baby. Hi, One Abstraction, Catherine. Does Summer have family? I never see them. Does she have a family? Do y'all know? I pray for her baby that despite this all, she has a healthy little life ahead. I do too. The baby almost looks preemie. Where is Erykah Badu? She's a doula. Babies are supposed to be fat. A skinny baby is hard for me to see. Like, is this girl crazy? I don't know if strangers can call CPS. Hi, Small Cupid. Poor baby's gonna have trauma when she gets older if Summer continues to do what she's doing. She has access to the best doctors and still does this. Hi, World Lover. She was posting anorexic women on her page before all the surgery saying goals. So that might be a part of it. I definitely think there's something happening with like skinny. I don't know what you call this. Skinny idolation, skinny idealizing, you know, like really feeling like, ooh, like I'm skinny and like I'm skinny and my baby's skinny. Hi, Free Your Mind and Your Ass Will Follow. Hi, CMW. Which, like, the most ironic thing is that, you know, the quickest way to get skinny and lose weight after having a baby is by breastfeeding. Which the girls don't want to do. Some are really treating that baby like a damn doll. People want to make this about her child's size when she's literally abusing her by not feeding them properly. Like, why not get a wet nurse or go to a milk bank if she's so concerned about toxins? She feeding the baby honey is too much. Or maybe she should have used birth control. I'm pretty sure Summer does not believe in birth control because she doesn't believe in having, like, hormones and chemicals and shit in her body. And I say this to somebody, you know, and I want to keep saying, like, I'm not against that. I'm somebody that I've never been on birth control. Maybe this is a TMI, but like now you guys know. Like, I'm somebody that I've never been on birth control. No judgment to anybody that has been on birth control. No judgment to anybody that's like has an IUD or like takes pills. I never felt comfortable getting on birth control because I didn't feel comfortable with like extra hormones in my body. That's just not something I felt comfortable with. So like it's not, but it's what makes Summer a hypocrite is that she has a boob job. She has implants. You have implants and you have illegal ass injections. I know for a fact her ass injections are illegal because she said herself her ass injections were illegal. So you have a boob job and you have illegal ass injections and you got your nose done. So how can you be so against doctors and so against putting shit in your body like you act? But when it comes time to get that nose done, oh, you in the doctor's office with the picture, like, cut the shit. But when it comes to getting your boob implants, you in the doctor's office, like, yeah, bitch, put me to sleep. Like, give me these titties. Like, when it comes to getting these ass injections, like, bitch, you're in the fucking back alley doctor's office, like, getting shot up with shit. But then you want to say that you're not comfortable with getting on birth control because of the hormones. Like, bitch, the math ain't mathing. The math isn't mathing. Hi, Ori. Veganism has nothing to do with it. Even vegan infants have fat on their body. Oh, damn, sorry, I missed the rest of your comment, Jada. Babies are like the only stage in life where high weight isn't correlated with poor health. Right, like you want a big baby. This is why I keep saying, like, it seems like people are putting like adult expectations on a baby. Like, oh, like, oh, I'm an adult that wants to be skinny and I want to be vegan and I want to be healthy, so I'm going to like put these expectations on my baby. Usually you can have maybe 1 glass of red wine and still breastfeed, but not more than that. She was just with London. He knows what's going on. She posted a photo a few weeks ago and there were visible rolls on the legs. The baby has definitely lost weight. Terrible. The lack of discernment in my generation is gross. These are babies. Hi, Tim. This is definitely social media SJW talk, touching everything. Unless the baby has some kind of health issue that's hindering weight gain, babies go through stages of getting chunkier and bigger. That's why I don't like stands. Yes, babies need to be fat. I may not be a baby expert, but I know to take them to a damn doctor, nurse, and or midwife. Also, oh, Anon, oh, really? Also a baby expert. You're a NICU nurse? Those pics scared me. The more I know, the scarier this is. Literally, your body creates breast milk with everything your baby needs. Yes, my sister will pump and it will separate, right? You've never seen a skinny 3-month-old. Newborn babies have rolls. I heard that goat milk is really good for babies. Yeah, Adrian told me that that's really the only acceptable alternative. If you can't do breast milk or formula, it's goat milk. And that you can also get it like powdered, if and like make your own formula out of it. Like and I'm just like a regular person talking to another regular person that I know that like just so happens to be like a Black American woman that's like a midwife and a doula. I have a childhood friend that's like also a midwife and a physician's assistant. I'm not a fucking rich famous celebrity that has like access to shit. And like even I found out that if you can't fucking breast milk or do formula, like you can do goat milk. Like she just doesn't fucking give a fuck. Like she just doesn't give a fuck. I can't allow that. I can't stand that. I can't stand that when we're talking about an innocent child, an innocent baby that did not ask to be brought into you and London's fucking dysfunction, bitch. If you can't take care of the baby, give it up for adoption. I did not watch High on the Hog, but I know somebody that watched it and said they loved it. I'm going to catch it. And I do want to read the book also that is based off of. Your body creates custom breast milk based off the baby while it's inside of you. That's about as holistic as it gets. I don't know if she said she doesn't want to breastfeed because of the implants or just if she can't. My little brother was born a preemie. He was 2 pounds. He got big when we took him home. Babies need fat. They grow super fast. You guys know I was a preemie. I've told you guys how I was a preemie as well. Like, I really like it. Like, I don't play when it comes to kids and babies, and especially like Black children and Black kids and babies don't have a chance in this world from before birth. Like the Black maternal mortality rates and infant rates would shock you and scare you. And so it's just like to see somebody that's just like willfully endangering their Black child really bothers me. It upsets me. It gets me hot. Like it's not just something that I can just like look at and like read an article on and just like see it on the internet and then just like go about my day. I'm sorry. Hi, hell yeah. Yeah, I heard a lot of people make their own formula with goat milk. She's feeding the baby honey. I can't. I've watched my stepmom rub her hands together and then use them to warm up her bottled breast milk before giving it to my brother when he was a baby. Hi, Natalia. Yeah, that was a great episode. Even the YouTuber Earth Mama Medicine had a baby recently and she is vegan. Her baby was still cute and chunky. That's not an excuse. Her baby's 3 months. The only thing the baby needs is breast milk or formula. That's it. They say put it on under your arm too to warm it up so you don't kill the healthy bacteria so they could build an immune system. Right? Like all these things that you do for babies for the first 6 months of their life is to like help build up their immune system, help them. Okay, so again, let's talk some more about babies. Another thing about babies, Nikki said fat is also important for brain development. Another thing about babies is that you have to like work babies up gradually. So like you start them off with milk, breast milk, formula, apparently goat milk. And then for the first 6 months, that's what you give them because you're trying to slowly build up their tolerance, okay? You're trying to build up their gut bacteria so they can get the good, healthy bacteria in there and like the probiotic stuff, which is why a lot of people now are also like getting probiotics and like mixing like a cat full of the probiotics and stuff like that into the milk or the formula, because you want them to get the good gut bacteria so that they can break shit down once you start introducing food to them. But you can't just start. You can't just start. They can't handle it. I feel so bad for her to be like, I know her baby has to be crying 24/7 because her baby's stomach probably hurts. Because, like, their stomachs literally can't handle it. Their digestive systems literally can't handle it. Their immune systems literally cannot handle it. So for the first 6 months, you're supposed to give them breast milk or formula. And then usually after 6 months, you can start introducing different types of things depending on your child. So you can start introducing cereal. You can start introducing rice cereal, which they have vegan options. Depending on how far along your child is, if your child is like super, super interested in food, maybe you can start introducing other things to them as well, working with your midwife, your doula, your physician's assistant, your nutritionist, your pediatrician, you know, whoever you're going to that you're doing your plan with, right? And then once the baby gets to be about anywhere between, because now once you get past 6 months, after that, I feel like babies start being more different. I feel like anywhere between 8 months to a year is when most people start introducing Cheerios, maybe blended fruits and vegetables. I know a lot of people don't want to give their kids like canned and jarred baby food nowadays because they have a lot of sugar and sodium and preservatives, which is true, right? That's true. Like, it makes me mad because, like, I'm not against the holistic approach. Like, the bitch is giving the holistic shit a bad name. Like, I've blended up fucking peas and fucking, you know, different types of fruits and vegetables for shit for babies and, like, the food fucking purifier and, like, tried it out with them. But you also have to be real careful because especially nowadays, these kids have food allergies. You don't want to fucking give your kid something, or a kid you're babysitting or a kid you're watching, and then they and they can't breathe, and now they have I've had this happen to me. I was working with a child that had a very severe dairy allergy, and his mom was like buying these what was supposed to be totally entirely vegan baby food pouches, right? So one day I gave him the pouch and he turned red. He got this rash all over his face, and he got this rash on his chest, and he got this red rash on his back and his breathing. And the first thing I did was I took him out of the high chair. I totally wiped everything off of him. I wiped it off his face. I wiped it off his chest, off his back. I put him in the bathtub. And I started putting, like, the warm water on him. I am child and infant CPR certified and adult as well. So, like, if anybody ever fucking chokes or is having a problem, like, I can help their ass out. And I called his mom, and I was like, bro, I think maybe the shit you gave me might have, like, contained some type of dairy, because, like, he started having a reaction. Like, I used to actually, like, specialize in kids that had severe food allergies. Like, I've worked with kids that had to have, like, an EpiPen, like, kids that if they eat one fucking cashew, they will go into anaphylactic shock. You cannot play around with food with children. Like, why does this need to be said? Why does this need to be said? Why does this need to be said? And this was a kid that could, like, talk. This was like a toddler. So imagine a baby. Like, you can't just start introducing shit to kids. Like, you just can't. Like, there's a way that you're supposed to do it. There's a way that you're supposed to do it. Again, like, you're supposed to start them off slow, and then slowly start introducing foods to them to see what they can handle, to see what they like, to see what they don't like, to see what might possibly give them some type of reaction, to see what makes their poop bloody. Some kids have bloody poop because they have fucking bacteria and shit in their stomachs that they fucking can't handle the shit that you're feeding them. Like, they have fucking severe gastroesophageal, gastrointestinal fucking distress because, like, they can't handle the shit that the fucking parents are feeding them. This is, like, a real thing. You can't just give babies and fucking kids anything and everything and just, like, wing it and, like, see what happens. Like, the kids are very, yes, they're very unprotected. The kids are unprotected. And I don't, and people are so nonchalant about it. People are so nonchalant. Hi, Raise Your Random Girl. People are so nonchalant about it. Like, just like, well, it's her baby, so she can just do whatever she wants. And again, like, is that really how people would feel if they saw, like, actual, like, if they saw, like, again, this is what I keep thinking about. If Summer had posted a video of her, like, shaking the shit out of her child, would people also be like, it's her kid, she can do whatever she wants, it's not my place? Kids are so unprotected. It just makes me so sad, because people look at that, people see this type of shit every day, you know, not just on social media, but out in the real world, in real life. People see, and, you know, people see shit every day. And, you know, and again, like, as somebody that has worked as a caregiver, I've been on the other side of that as well. You know, like, one time I took a kid to the park. This kid was, like, 3 or 4 and getting into this age of, like, having, like, really bad fucking temper tantrums. So, like, me and his mom discussed it, and we agreed that, like, we weren't going to give in to the temper tantrums, and, like, we weren't going to give the temper tantrums attention, right? So, like, one day I took the kid to the park. I said, it's time to leave the park. The kid, like, falls out, like, they go limp. I don't want to go. They're throwing a tantrum. I said, okay, you know, you can stay down there on the ground. We're still going to have to leave. So in about 5 minutes, I'm going to pick you up off of the ground, and, you know, we're going to go. Some random woman walked over to me and was like, it's not good for you to, like, leave him on the ground like that. You should pick him up and blah, blah. I was like, well, you know, you don't know me, and, you know, you don't know the what I've talked about with his mother. You know, you don't know. Thank you for your unsolicited advice, you know. So, like, I get unsolicited advice. I've been on the other side of that as well. Like, yes, it is a fine line, but I'm talking about actual, like, abuse, okay? It's too many people that look the other way when they see child abuse. Too many people. Too many people. And then when kids end up, again, being seriously harmed, injured, or passing away, motherfuckers act like, why didn't anybody do anything? You know? Like, I don't know who you are, but bye. I don't know what that was. I don't know who you were. You like a Caucasian to me, so block. Anybody that, I don't, get out of here. Strangers can call CPS. They can report it. Okay, good. Anybody can call CPS. I'm not saying that y'all should, but anyone can report. People have a skinny obsession, definitely, even with babies. Summer Walker is skinny, yeah. She's got some body dysmorphic issues for sure. Hi, Vermilion Dynamo. This is why I hate the 2000s comeback. It's idolization of skinniness. There's a lot of fat phobia. Hi, Daniel. I think it's called thinspo. Thinspo, that's what it's called. Body dysmorphia of some sort. I think you can report pictures like that to the CPS. They're definitely romanticizing being thin, even a baby. It's one thing for an adult to aspire to be skinny, but forcing your baby to be skinny, and also in a way that endangers its life, she needs to get help. The fat phobia is definitely rampant with Summer. Strangers can absolutely call CPS. You can give your name or report anonymously anytime you suspect child abuse. Thanks, Ambria. I actually didn't know that. Bookworm Radio. My mom told me that breastfeeding definitely helps you lose the weight you gained during pregnancy, which is a bonus. Yes, giving her kid honey. Fat phobia and anti-fatness is at play. Breastfeeding also contracts your stomach muscle. Like, that would have been the quickest way for her to snap back. She's a weirdo. My sister breastfeeding takes a lot out of you. No, you did not hear wrong. You did not. Kamaria said she's giving her kid honey, or did I hear that wrong? No, you did not hear that shit wrong. No. Doesn't it sound wild? It sounds. If you have any baby experience, that's the first thing they say. That's like the number one rule. No honey, because it's a common old wives' tale that, like, if your baby's not latching on and your baby doesn't want to suck, just, like, put a little honey. Or, like I said, like, oh, if your baby doesn't want to, you know, drink out of a bottle or drink out of a sippy cup, just put a little honey. Like what my mom did for me when I was a toddler and I didn't want to drink water, and they were like, put a little honey on the sippy cup. So I know it's common. But at the same time, like, it's 2021. Like, people still doing this in 2021. Like, they really live in, like, it's the 80s and the 90s. Like, we have car seats now, too, guys. We have seat belts. Like, we don't have to live like that anymore. Let me keep going. She doing all this, but she believes in ass and titty injections. She just don't want to do certain things. I think it's called Thinspo or Pro Anna on social media. It's connected to anorexia. Summer, I think, has a lot of trauma. Hi, Girl Interrupted. Copper IUD gang. That gal needs to give the baby breast milk and stop. Yeah. Birth control gave me blood clots, so I had to stop that. I love my IUD because I don't want to get pregnant and I want the best options to prevent it. Summer is a hypocrite for sure when it comes to being anti-medicine. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Some women have hormonal imbalances, so I understand why they would need it. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not against hormonal birth control as a concept. I know, like, or IUDs and stuff. And I know that they help a lot of people that have like really heavy periods or like really unpredictable periods, horrible cramps, which I saw somebody said. I just personally never did it. I'm just saying I'm not somebody that's like against what I think Summer Walker wants to do, but she's just going about it all wrong. Yep, you're right. Breastfeeding helps weight loss after pregnancy, but a lot of people don't want to do it because they're scared of their breasts getting saggy. Summer had a beautiful nose before her surgery, too. Very unfortunate. I've heard people say they also feel like it's affected her singing voice, which it would do because your fucking ear, nose, and throat are all fucking connected. And she was talking about the vaccine, but still doesn't know what was in her ass injections. CPS would ask for info about the situation. If it's someone who saw the baby in person and knows Summer's address or phone number, it will be easier for CPS to investigate. At least the estrogen in birth control is made by your body, not the saline she injects in herself. People use their pseudoscience to justify their decisions that they made before doing a stitch of research. Yeah. Those lurkers are present and taking notes. Exactly, Davey. Yeah, after her surgery, I was over it. She got lost in the sauce. Were you over it, pun intended, Brittany? I had to. Oh, I see somebody got blocked by Nicole. People really think babies are mini adults. Pro anorexia. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. You shouldn't even drink coffee when you're pregnant either. People do a lot of shit that's bad for the baby. These people are insane, and people really need to pass a class to have kids. Hi. High energy witch. They put adult expectations on kids too. Like, they want kids to sit and be quiet as if their motor skills don't need development. Right, like, babies and kids are not mini adults that people can just do whatever the fuck they want with them. This seems to be like an epidemic of people really thinking they can do whatever the fuck they want with these kids and treating them like an accessory. And I do not like it. I don't like it. Hopefully she'll be reported at one of the doctor's appointments. I don't think she's going to the doctor. Exactly, Brittany. That's why I said, Queen Brittany said, and it has to be dark or red wine. It makes a difference. The alcohol can hurt the baby. Yeah, that's why I said, I was like, you can maybe have one glass of red wine. I used to know this woman that was Canadian, and she like had to have a beer every day after work. And she got pregnant, and she was drinking O'Doul's. Because she was just like, I have to have my beer taste like... And she said, like, oh, even the doctor said, like, well, you can have, like, a glass of red wine. And she was like, no, like, I have to have my beer. Like, I have to have my beer. I love a fat baby. Pseudoscience is at an all-time high. It will cause the next pandemic. Hi, Teddy. My grandma used to be a neonatal nurse, and she's scared for Summer's baby, too. Fat babies and chubby cheeks are the cutest things ever. How can people want skinny babies? I really hope Summer gets it together. If she lets that baby go, the whole world is on her ass. Summer's definitely not all there. They definitely sell vegan and plant-based formulas and powdered goat milk formulas. There's no excuse. Her baby's like 2 or 3 months old. I don't know if she said the baby's name. Has she? Yeah, her baby's 2 months. Small Cupid said. Can the doctor discover what she's been feeding the child during checkups? I don't think she's taking her baby to the doctor. I really don't believe this. Because, like, she's anti-doctor. I could see her not taking her baby to the doctor. Like, I don't know. Like I said, Summer really serves me like that she probably never went to the doctor, not once the whole time of her pregnancy. She probably just FaceTimed Erykah Badu and was like, hey, the baby kicked. What do you think about that? And then, like, they had the baby at home in the bathtub, and, like, she probably still hasn't even taken the baby to the doctor. She's just, like, winging it. That's really the vibe. I don't know if that's true. I'm not saying that's what's happening. That's just how it seems to me watching it. Like, I just don't believe she's taking her baby to the pediatrician, because, like, there's no way that her baby would... The difference between a picture of her baby that she posted 2 weeks ago to now is so stark that if she was going to the doctor, I don't think that could have happened. And especially when your baby is this little, 2 months old, they advise that you go to the doctor every week, which would mean that she would have already seen the doctor twice. I don't think she's going to the doctor. I really feel hopeless. The government sucks with addressing child abuse. Infant death rate is crazy for Black American babies. My biggest fear is dying during or after childbirth, or my baby dying. Like, the death rates would scare you. All you gotta feed your baby is breast milk or formula. How difficult is that? She's doing more work with all these different fruits and vegetables or whatever. Like, just buy the damn formula. OMG, the baby can die if they have honey. After the 6 months, then come the mushy peas and green beans. Exactly. Yes, building their tolerance to the world. It's similar to someone who hasn't eaten for a long time. You don't give them a huge, rich meal. You slowly give them easy foods and build from there. Exactly. I know you guys have seen that commercial. It's not Similac, or is it Similac? No, it's Pedialyte. I know you guys have seen that commercial for the Pedialyte, where the dad is, like, sick, and he, like, drinks the little girl's Pedialyte, and the little girl is like, hey, that's mine. Like, that's also why when you're sick, or, you know, you can't eat, you can't keep foods down, yeah, you don't give them a huge, rich meal. You give them easy foods. You give them Similac. You can even give adults Similac. You give them Pedialyte, or you get them on an IV drip. You don't just be like, here, just eat this shit. Their body cannot handle it. There's grown adults that still cannot handle honey. There's grown adults that their stomach still cannot handle cheese, because, like, their stomach just doesn't have, I don't want to say doesn't have what it takes, even though that's what my brain said, but, like, they can't handle it. Like, their digestive system and, like, their gut health, like, can't handle it. So again, let alone giving these type of things to a baby, a 2-month-old, which is still a newborn, a baby. Come on now. My baby wouldn't eat food until, like, the 7th or 8th month. We had to put oatmeal in his milk. And, like, some kids are really curious. Like, some babies at 8, 9, you know, 10, 11, 12 months, some babies are really curious. Like, they're curious about food, especially if they see, like, their parents or siblings or, you know, people eating. And some kids don't give a fuck, and they're just like, yeah, give me the titty. Whatever that food is, I don't want it. I don't care about it. Bye. Like, I bet she doesn't go to a pediatrician because they monitor weight gain. Exactly. And also ask you how you feed the baby and how often. They would have reported her. Babies have to eat every 2 hours, too. She's definitely not feeding enough. Having a baby is not a joke. People take parenthood lightly, especially when they have money, and it's a shame. One of the girls that I do feel like had the baby, wasn't really ready, but actually picked up on the mom shit is Jada. Literally introducing foods one at a time for kids is important, so you can notice and catch it if your child has a food allergy. Exactly, Sika. Exactly. Hi, Maki Moments. You need the certification. You can normally get it. I don't know about post-COVID or COVID time, but you can normally get it for free or for, like, a less amount if you go to, like, the Red Cross, or if you go to something like that. A lot of the time, or if you look on their website, again, I don't know about post-COVID how it works, but if you look on their websites previously, they would have, a lot of the times they offer for free or a reduced rate child and infant CPR classes, and also adult. And sometimes it might be like 4 Saturdays out of the month or something. So, like, Saturday mornings or afternoons, whatever, you go, you learn, and then at the end you have to, like, pass the test and you get your certification. And then they give you, like, a little card or, you know, something like that. I like having it just because, well, I needed it for work, but I also like having it because, like, I don't know, I feel safer. Like, I feel like if somebody starts choking around me, or if I also learned, they also teach you, like, the Heimlich and stuff. If somebody starts choking around me, or, you know, if I have to perform CPR, I feel comfortable. It's not just, like, you know, I'm winging it based off TV and movies. Like, I know what to do. This is crazy. Glad that you're certified and knowledgeable. Hi, Vanity. Research has been done. Facts are out there. You can't just wing it. The proof is out there. The truth is out there. Dee-dee-dee. Babies are supposed to have a checkup almost every 2 weeks until like 2 or 3 months. She can't be taking that baby to the doctor. Yeah, those of y'all that like know about babies, like y'all know. Which is why like it really annoys me and bothers me to see people that don't know shit about babies and kids. That again, like they think this is just something we're just talking about on the internet because like we just don't like Summer or we're just criticizing her parenting. No, like we're really talking about like health and safety of like a Black child. And I don't give a fuck what anybody fucking says. Like, I care about the health and safety of Black children. Sorry. Well, I was just about to say I'm not going to apologize for it after I said sorry. But sorry, not sorry, because I'm not going to fucking apologize for it. My daughter had gas when she was small because of lactose. I had to switch formula. The real world isn't IG or Twitter universe. What she's doing could literally kill her baby. What the fuck? People don't realize that it's a real life you're taking care of. Somebody literally told me on IG to mind my business. Like, no, it's an innocent child. I know if she was getting checkup, she'd be being told what a baby needs. I don't think she's going either. Violent abuse isn't the only kind of abuse that needs to be reported. I think people think that a person owns their child like property instead of just being a guardian. Not to get like off topic, but I don't really think it is. What do you guys think about some of the theories that like some Black Americans feel this way as like a holdover from slavery? Do you guys think that's true? Literally the it's their kids, so what mentality is how the Imani Moss case happened. I feel this strongly, and I'm not related to her or her baby, but if I was, I'd take the child away and cuss her ass out. People are really ignorant when it comes to babies, and it shows. I've seen people abused in public. I stepped in. Froze. There it goes. It's back now. I feel like it's important for people to publicly call her out as well so future mothers can know that this is wrong. So, yeah, let me also say that, like, shout outs to all the people that are pushing back against this. Being like, because I have seen a lot of people being like, because I've seen people being like, well, what's the problem? Like, if she wants to give her baby a vegan lifestyle, like, at least it's healthy food. And I have seen people pushing back, like, no, it's not healthy for a baby. Like, no, you can't give babies honey and fruits and vegetables and things that would be appropriate for an adult. Or even, you know, like a 5-year-old, you know? Like, sure, giving a 5-year-old celery and peanut butter and honey and, you know, smoothies and shit is okay, it's healthy, fine. Not for a 2-month-old baby. A 2-month-old baby is not an adult. I feel like, why does this have to be said? I definitely had to stop a few of my aunties from feeding infants ridiculous stuff. I don't play about that. This just reminds me of how scary it is being a baby or a child. Nobody protects kids. Summer is literally just ignoring the system to play test dummy with her child. It's weird. Hi, Alex. This is just like, oh, yeah. She was, she was definitely posting anorexic women a couple years ago as goals. Yeah. I work in schools. I'm a mandated reporter. I would never see something happening with a child and not be concerned. Summer Walker's giving her baby weight loss smoothies, and we're supposed to be fine with it. Made me think about that white lesbian couple that adopted those Black children, abused them, and no one really stepped in. So sad. And they killed those kids, right? Reminds me of, some of you guys might not remember this, but a few years ago, there was this picture circulating of this little Black boy crying. I remember he had a hat on and this, like, jacket. And he was, like, hugging a police officer, right? And I remember this picture circulating and people being like, this is what we need. This is what we need. We need to be embracing the police and da-da-da-da-da. And then it turned out later on that kid was, like, adopted by some white people, and the white people forced him to take that picture. And I don't know if this is how it ended, but I feel like I vaguely remember that story ending with, like, I feel like that kid died because they were, like, abusing him. And then people were like, remember y'all circulated this picture around a few years ago, and it turned out that, like, This kid was being abused and got forced to take that picture and all that. But motherfuckers want to be like, oh, it's not our business. And white people that adopt black kids, I don't trust none of them motherfuckers. None of them. Summer needs to do what Megan's team is doing right now. Have the management run their IG page and just disappear for a while. And I'm glad that Megan's doing that. She needed a break. So many women are too concerned with maintaining their pre-baby body. Hi, Jim. I'm legit concerned for this generation. Social media has them believing a lot of shit that's not true at all. I did not know this about the pro-anorexia stuff. It's horrible. I really doubt Summer goes to a doctor. Yeah. Yes, O'Doul's 88 gifts. Oh, super chat, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I got them. I got them. I got them. Well, I think I got them because I got a package. So I think I got them. Thank you. There should definitely, Summer needs help. Yes, there should legally, you should be legally required to take parenting classes before you have a baby. Chubby babies are a sign of health. There are classes, books, and tons of other resources for new parents. This degree of negligence is really unacceptable. Hi, Juan Love. Babies are supposed to be chubby. My nephew is a fat baby. Black children are constantly adultified and not taken care of. Hi, wishful thinking. There's no way she's going to the doctor because doctors are mandated reporters. Maybe I don't understand the roles of managers, but I would think that if the artist you represent is having a baby, wouldn't you try to help them out? Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Do you think like her team, do teams help with that kind of thing? I really don't know. Summer is way out of touch. I think she's just following the wrong guidance. Summer needs to keep her self-image issues to herself. I'm concerned what she's going to do to her baby. This is such a bad look for all parties involved. Let's see. 2 months. I'm looking up the picture right now. The baby is small. If she took the baby to a doctor, they definitely would have been concerned about weight. I don't think she's going either. Hi, Sincere. She def gives those vibes. It's not a stretch. We literally know nothing about this if she didn't feel the need to post it all over social media too. Yeah. Pediatricians track weight every visit. Oh yeah, the baby daddy is trash too. Both of them trash. That's what I said. I said the baby was born into a dysfunctional situation all around, which makes me so sad. Entertainers are self-employed. A lot of them don't have any health insurance and don't want to pay to go to the doctor. Summer Walker act like this don't exist. She should really see a doctor. My son was not gaining weight fast enough from breast milk. Told me to give him formula as well. Doctors don't play with weight gain. They're very vigilant about it. London definitely doesn't care about the baby either. And before Summer got pregnant, because isn't her baby like his third or fourth baby? His other baby mamas was trying to tell her that he's not shit. She still got pregnant by the nigga. I mean, but like, fuck him too. Like, he's trash too. Both of them. Don't try to make it seem like he's not. Oh, he is. The baby daddy isn't active and present, and he's not with his other kids either. Right, here, have a 4-course meal when you're sick. If I ever get pregnant, I'm definitely finding a black doctor. Absolutely not going to play. I mean, and I've thought about, I don't know if I would feel, this is what I keep saying. Like, I'm not against, like, the ideology because, like, I don't know if I would want to have my baby in a hospital either, to be honest with you. Like, I've always thought, like, I would really want a doula. I would really want a midwife. I would have non-negotiable. I would have to have a Black American doctor. Non-negotiable. Because I told you guys my best friend had a horrible experience with an Asian woman when she got pregnant. She had to switch doctors because she felt like the Asian woman, some of you guys will remember this story. She felt like the Asian woman was constantly harassing her about her weight. It was like a petite, little, small, tiny, thin Asian woman. And my best friend felt like the Asian woman just like kept on getting on her, like she's putting on too much weight and she's gaining too much weight. Like she's and like constantly like, what are you eating? And like she's just some fat slob. Like she's some fat black woman, black American woman, some morbidly obese slob. And she definitely felt like it was racist and it was like racially charged conversations every time with this like little petite Asian woman that like doesn't understand that like didn't, because my friend had a big old booty before she got pregnant, big old titties before she got pregnant. She was very shapely, very curvy, like, and my friend didn't even gain that much weight when she got pregnant. Like, she just already had big titties and like a big old booty and stuff. Like she didn't gain a ton of weight. Like her face really didn't even get fat or anything. She just had this like, basketball little belly. And she had to switch doctors because she felt like the doctor was constantly harassing her over her weight and wanted her to lose weight and wanted her to be smaller. And she was like, well, I'm pregnant. Like, this doesn't seem right. Like, Black American mothers die, okay? Black babies die. This shit is not a game. This shit is not a fucking joke, right? It's not. They really think unless you're skin and bones, you're obese. Yes, I remember you telling that story, and you're extra sensitive about that when you're pregnant. You pick up on that stuff. Hi, Avant-Garde. I thought having more weight on your body was good for carrying a baby. I'm glad she switched doctors. Yeah, she switched doctors. She got a black woman doctor, my friend. But to a skin, and this was in New York. This was in New York, in Brooklyn. But to a skinny non-black, having titties and a booty is obesity. Let me scroll back up. I'm trying to catch up with these comments, but it's moving so fast. Hi, Mo. Let me see. So sad. The poor baby is probably crying all the time because she's hungry. Hi, Demetrius. Oh, not Jada Pinkett. Jada Cheeves. Sorry, Jada Waiter. Sorry, I should have been more specific. Janine knew who I meant. Jada Cheeves, yeah. Jada Def picked up on it. Yeah, Waiter. Jada Waiter. Sorry. Jada Waiter. Sorry. I really don't understand this. There are plenty of women who do the holistic approach with their babies, and the kids are still fat and healthy. I don't know what she's doing. I didn't mean to invoke the X-Files, but the truth is also out there. Yeah, little babies, baby mama, Jada. People are worried about the baby. It's not hating. Nobody gives a damn about Summer enough to hate her. Yeah. Sorry. If babies could just eat regular food, why would our bodies even produce milk? Like evolution, natural selection wise, the math ain't mathin'. Bro, Nina, tell me why I seen one of these brain dead fucking people on social media being like, you guys just want us to give our babies this poison formula. Before we had formula, what were we giving our babies if we weren't giving our babies fruits and vegetables? I was like, breast milk? I don't know what's happening. The kids are not all right. What's a holdover from slavery? Feeling like your children are your property to do whatever you want with them. I was saying, do you guys think that, like, because I know some people feel like that type of attitude in Black Americans is a holdover from slavery. And I see you guys saying, yes, I think it's absolutely true. Yup, I really think that's it. I 100% agree with that theory. I've talked about this with friends in regards to Black American parents thinking that their child sticking up for themselves is disrespectful. So you guys agree with that theory? Hi, Black Women Read. Yeah, when my son was a baby and weighed in underweight, they immediately signed him into the hospital and were feeding him special food. They were side-eyeing me the whole time, but I wasn't offended. They wanted him to be safe and healthy. But I do want to say, this is why I said, like, I'm not in favor of CPS. Like, I'm normally not ever in favor of CPS, especially because CPS really harps on Black moms. in a way that's not fair, in a way that's systemic racism and like structural inequality. Like black moms get locked up all the time, which is wild to me that Summer Walker's getting away with this. She's only getting away with this because she's a rich and famous celebrity. It's really a different set of rules. Like if she was just like a regular black mom with a malnourished ass baby, they would have her ass under the motherfucking jail, because they normally snatch black children away like that for nothing and throw them in foster care where they get fucking abused and shit. Like I'm like, so don't think that I'm just like, oh yeah, like yeah, ooh, wow, like take her baby away. She's not taking care of her baby. She's starving her baby. It's child abuse. Like, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, nor am I gonna dance around that fact, period. We treat our children like property instead of human beings that have autonomy. Shayla, I think it's more a holdover from capitalism, to be honest. People as property in general and just trickle down. Yeah, people out here trying to make dogs and cats vegan, Nova, and killing them. Yup. I think everyone is trying to pathologize black people, so I'm not going to jump in and say it's a holdover from slavery. Said absurd. I think a lot of big families treat their kids like property. They out here giving babies rice and red beans now. I was also concerned that Summer's baby didn't have on clothes in the picture. The baby needs hats, socks, mittens, and full body onesies to stay warm. It's a brand new baby. Exactly. That's what happens when people treat babies like an accessory instead of real actual life. I think that theory just pathologizes black people unnecessarily. Yeah, I agree. You guys know how I feel about like the pathologies of black Americans, especially. She's treating her baby like an IG model in training. I don't like it. The baby is human and has needs. That lesbian couple, they killed those kids. They did kill those children. The boy that hugged the cops got killed too. I thought so. I remember that picture. Yeah, they drove them off a cliff. Yup. Tragic story. Tragic. Yes, that lesbian couple drove themselves and the kids off a cliff. Tragic story. And something that I always think about whenever people be like, it's their kids, let them do whatever they want. Like, well, y'all motherfuckers circulated this picture around. Like, this is what we need. Then come to find out that kid was adopted, forced to do it, and then they killed him. Black child. Nobody protects black children. I will be the motherfucking defender of black children, bitch. I don't give a fuck who doesn't like it. Not saying none of y'all don't like it. I'm just saying. I hate when older people will also chew food then give it to a baby. Like, gross. Yes, like, our mouths are disgusting. I was just watching motherfucking Osmosis Jones. Disgusting-ass fucking movie. Our mouths are disgusting. Our adult mouths are disgusting. One of my number one pet peeves is when I see people fucking drop a fucking binky, a pacifier on the ground, and they pick that shit up and they put it in their mouth and then they give it to the baby. Oh my God. Please. And just because you fucking chew some shit up and give it to your baby doesn't mean that now your baby can fucking handle it. Deontay Hart. Thank you for saying his name, Pears. Thank you. Deontay Hart. Thank you. I remember that. They're doing that now with George Floyd's daughters. We haven't learned shit. Yes, I remember that. And they killed him. She drove him into a river. They drove those kids off a cliff. I remember that. They were white lesbians. They were starving them too. And they're definitely doing the same thing with George Floyd's family now. They got George Floyd's family fucking posing for photo ops with fucking Joe Biden and the cops and shit. Nah, some of us remember them photos that circulated years ago and what happened to them kids. Him and all the black siblings were killed. His adoptive parents killed them. They drove them off a cliff. Yeah. I remember at the time, people said the energy was off and something wasn't right. I thought that shit was sus. It was such a red flag, and that story still gives me chills. People really get away with child abuse. Nobody even knows where their bodies are because they drove them off a cliff. All him and his siblings are dead. Yup. I know that story. The kids would go to the neighbor's house and beg for food. Yup. And they drugged them. Yup. The boy ran to the neighbors for help and food, and the neighbors turned a blind eye. SMH, I haven't forgot. And now here we are in 2021, just a few days after the 1-year anniversary of George Floyd. And people is really trying to, like, turn a blind eye to, like, what's happening with Summer Walker's baby. Like, oh, it's not our business. Like, we live in a fucking sick world, y'all. Sick, sad world. The neighbor said that him and his siblings used to sneak and ask for food because they were being abused. Yeah, and for those of you that haven't heard of this, you could look it up. Because I know it was a few years ago. Karen Robinson, I just looked it up. Horrible story. Discovery Plus is going to release a documentary about it as well. Yeah. The moms adopted like 8 black kids and drove the whole family off a cliff. They were insane and abusive. If Summer's lucky, one of the baby mamas that she's always beefing with will tell London to get involved and get that baby some help. I can't lie. I will always speak up for children because I feel there is an alarming number of terrible parents out here. No one believes in research or facts or even remembers history anymore. We are truly in the world of alternative facts and pseudoscience. Parenting classes really should be mandatory. How have I not ever thought of this? They should only be mandatory, though, if they're free and accessible. Because, like, whenever people say that, even though, like, I don't exactly disagree, but whenever people say, like, parenting classes should be mandatory, the first thing I always think about is, like, all the Black Americans, of course, and, like, poor people that are not going to have, if it costs money, they're not going to have access. And if it's, like, you know, like, where is it going to be? And, like, who's going to teach it? And, you know, like, how's it going to work? I do think that, like, people should take parenting classes before they have a baby, but it just seems, you know, like, how would we implement it in a way that's fair and accessible? And how would we implement it in a way that doesn't open the door for, like, and if you can't pay for this class, we're going to forcibly sterilize you, you know, which, like, now we're criminalizing poverty, shit like that. That's something that I always think about. Thank you, Myra. Thank you, Myra. I see your super chat. Let's see. Y'all gave me something to reevaluate. I don't agree with Dr. Oh, wait. I agree. Sorry. Reading that too fast. I agree with Dr. Joy DeGruy on post-traumatic slave syndrome. Never looked at some of her findings as pathologizing Black Americans. I wouldn't say... Now, I love Dr. Joy DeGruy, as you guys know, and I love her theories on post-traumatic slave syndrome. I don't think that Dr. Joy DeGruy pathologizes Black Americans. I think she pathologizes white Americans. And I think that it's necessary because I do think that they're fucking sociopaths that have pathology. I feel like we do have a lot of holdover behaviors from slavery, but I also don't think that every negative behavior of Black Americans that is a holdover from slavery means we're being pathologized. Like, being pathologized, like, means something kind of specific. So I don't think that just because Joy DeGruy says we have holdover behaviors from slavery, it means that all those behaviors are pathology. Because, like, pathology, it's a word that kind of means something. But I do think that Black Americans are pathologized like crazy. And I never say that, so I'm saying it on purpose. Yeah. I went back to, I said, yeah. There are a lot of organizations and companies that provide healthcare to actors and musicians, and she can afford it. No one here is just hating on or dragging Summer just because she's negligent and uncaring. As more time goes by, the more I'm supporting the idea of having a home birth with a Black American doula. Yeah, my friend's doctor was very ignorant, very ignorant. Summer has said, she either, I don't know if she said, I don't know the exact word. I don't know if she said doesn't or can't. But she said that she's not breastfeeding. I don't know if she said she doesn't breastfeed or she literally can't. If one of you guys knows the exact word that was used, you can tell me. But she said that she's not breastfeeding because of her implants. So I don't know if that means she's, like, physically unable to, or she's not producing milk, or she doesn't feel comfortable because, like, she knows that her implants and her cosmetic surgeries are fucked up and full of toxins. And so she doesn't feel comfortable. I feel like it hasn't really been elaborated on, but she's not breastfeeding. She's not breastfeeding. And she said she doesn't feel comfortable giving her baby formula because of the chemicals in the formula. So instead she's giving her baby pureed fruits and vegetables and honey, which is literally baby poison. Literally, like, it's so ironic to me the amount of people being like, well, she doesn't want to give her kid formula because, like, formula is poison. Honey is literally baby poison. It's literally baby poison. Just because you can eat it as an adult doesn't mean it's okay for a baby. There's Avant-Garde Ho. Hi. Yeah, they throw the obese label on black women far too often for having a naturally curvier body type. Serena Williams had to fight for her life and advocate for herself as well. I know, next time I'm putting slow mode. It's too late now, but next time I'm putting slow mode. I put on 120 pounds on my first child. I was tripping. My doctor was supportive and just used to be like, girl, slow down. I did better with my second. Only gained 40 pounds, had more self-control. I don't think doulas are available in my area. I'm scared of childbirth. I see how they did my sister when she was delivering. Any Black American that's scared of childbirth, I do not judge. That's one of my fears as well. Collective trauma from child rearing in our community still exists from slavery. So I would use this as an example of a holdover behavior from slavery does not have to be pathologized. So Jay Tony said, collective trauma from child rearing in our community still exists from slavery. I feel like that's true. Pathologizing would be Black women don't want to breastfeed. Black women don't want to breastfeed because they're lazy and stupid and ignorant. That would be pathologizing, right? And instead of, a lot of Black women still have collective trauma around breastfeeding because there were all types of literal campaigns to try to get us to not breastfeed our children and to buy formula, especially Nestle brand. And also a lot of people have generational trauma from being because like Black American women slaves were forced to wet nurse, right? Were literally forcibly ripped away from their newborn children and then sold as a wet nurse. Like young, healthy, strong, just had a baby, lactating, buy her, have her be a wet nurse. So the pathologize, like there's a difference. Like the pathologizing of the statement is making it is the not examining the root cause of what really happened, which I feel like that's what Joy DeGride does. Not just being like making the blanket pathology of like these fucking niggers do this. Oh, these niggers just don't want to breastfeed because they're fucking dumb. No, that's not it, you know? Doesn't New York have the highest rate of Black maternity death in the world? Not the U.S., but the world. So happy your friend is okay. I'm really happy that she really listened to, and I went with her, especially in the beginning, to like some of her appointments and stuff. So I'm really happy that, you know, she really trusted her gut, because I would have had to kill that Asian lady if something happened to my friend. I'm going to just leave it at that. Definitely would have been in jail right now. Yeah, I went to shop in the mall when I was severely underweight. The Asian cashier kept calling me beautiful and kept complimenting my body, but I was like 5'6" and 114 pounds, girl. Like, no. Breast milk queen, you made my day. But you know what else the funniest thing is? Some are so against doctors and vaccines and stuff. You know, if you breastfeed your baby, though, you give your baby antibodies and shit that will build up their immune system and keep them safe naturally. Let me keep scrolling, because I can't. Make breast milk a thing again, like, goodness. A lot of this is a holdover from slavery. Infant mortality was also a huge issue. Like, why do people think the past was automatically better? Right! Like, come on now. Hi, Fam Samity Sam. Hi, Warren. Hi, Francesca. People are weird as fuck. This is giving me idiocracy vibes. We gave the plants Gatorade. Why didn't they grow? What did we give plants before? We had Gatorade. Water. Oh yeah, vet everyone, absolutely. Vet everyone. Vet every doctor. Trust your gut with any and every doctor. Don't think that just because a doctor is Black or a Black American or a woman or any of those things that they're gonna like be on your side. Like, obviously vet everyone. I didn't think that had to be said, but okay, like, obviously vet everyone. It's really sad. The whole reason why Summer is doing this is she said babies are given processed government formula and she doesn't want to breastfeed. If she was a civilian, Summer would have been arrested in 5 seconds. She gave her baby hemp seeds and honey. It's definitely a thin line. Let's see. Oh, somebody got blocked. I see. She needs to get a nutritionist for her kid. I agree that it's more so capitalism than BA specifically. I know a lot of white, POC, and non-black parents who literally treat their children like property. We definitely need better foster homes. She is rich, so CPS will give her special treatment if they investigate at all. Probably give her mandatory parenting classes rather than jail. My mom gets so triggered seeing babies outside without socks or something to cover their head. Oh, I see a Summer Walker stan showed up and said, what, this is a hate group? This is a hate group because we're talking about Summer Walker starving her baby? Listen up, Stan. Bye. Would you let Summer Walker fucking starve you, bitch? Shut up. Tim blocked you. Bye, bitch. I'm sure you're probably still watching mad as fuck, fuming that you can't fucking comment. Yeah, babies don't produce enough body heat, so they need to be extra covered. What hate is supposedly being spread? I know this has to be a Summer Walker stand because this looks like a black girl too. Sad. Y'all really will let Summer Walker kill her baby because you like her music. We live in a sick world. Having a conversation definitely isn't hate. That boy in the picture was also visibly in tears and uncomfortable, and moms made them go to a dangerous protest just for the photos. Asia Graves is a stan and an op. Get the fuck out. Our mouths have more germs than dogs. Oh, it looks like Tim finally got that block. I hate when people fucking chew shit up and then give it to babies. It's horrible. Thinking critically is not hate. I always thought it was nasty. Birds do that, not us. This is how small children end up with cold sores. Parts bang. People do what now? Yes, Angelica. Osmosis Jones changed my life as a kid. Immune systems be weak as fuck, and people put shit in their mouth and then they put it in a baby's mouth. I can't bring myself to put things in my mouth off the floor, especially not for a baby. Somebody said my anxiety be on 1,000. Bro, when I see a fucking binky fall and hit the ground and the person just pick it up and put it in their mouth and then just pop it in the baby, I really be like... See, but like that's an example of something that I won't intervene because I don't think that that's like actively harming the child. It's just disgusting and I hate it and I don't think it's appropriate. Hi, MASH TV. Osmosis Jones is definitely a classic. This is the bad place for real. That story... Oh, about the kids getting killed by the lesbian moms? That story is getting more traction way after the fact. It got very much brushed up under the rug at the time. It definitely got brushed up under the rug at the time because people were making such a big deal about that picture and how that picture was like so great and shit. And then turned out that they killed those kids. I've seen that so much when I was working with children. Like, damn, I can't pick up and clean all the binkies that fall. Parents don't even give a fuck. Oh, I see somebody else got blocked by Queen. I'm about 20 minutes behind. There's no sense of community at all in that story. The neighbors called the cops days later, probably out of guilt. There are a lot of transracial adoptees sharing their stories on TikTok. They really made me see how traumatizing it could be. Let me also say, I have seen a lot of Summer Walker stands being like, you guys are like, oh, you guys are just hating on her because she wants to give her baby a natural, healthy, vegan lifestyle. Like, that's fundamentally wrong because, like, you cannot give a baby a natural, healthy, vegan lifestyle. Like, you can't give that to a baby. A baby can only eat certain things. Like, a baby only needs certain things for their growth and their development. They need certain nutrients and hormones because they're not fully formed and fully developed. For the first 6 months, you can only give them formula or breast milk. Like, I'm going to continue to say this and, like, hammer this home. Honey is literally deadly to a baby. So even this whole perspective of, like, y'all just want her baby to be fat and obese and overweight and unhealthy because, like, y'all eat junk food and y'all just mad because she's trying to give her baby a healthy, holistic lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. Your whole perspective is wrong. I do not care. People be like, you can't tell people their perspective is wrong. That's their opinion. No, your perspective is objectively wrong. 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 Yes, I hate that she's trying to give a 2-month-old baby a vegan lifestyle and feeding a baby honey, which is literally poison to them. Yes, I do hate it. It's insane. And if you don't know shit about babies, just say that and shut the fuck up. Just because you're a stan doesn't mean you know shit about babies. Parenting classes should be an elective in public school. The fact that parenting classes aren't free right now makes no sense. In the UK, you get parenting classes for free. Oh, really? Maybe hold them in hospitals and have them both morning and, AM and PM hours, since hospitals are 24 hours, and it'll make it accessible to more people. Oh, that's a good idea. Hell yeah. Excuse me. In Canada and England, they automatically get parenting classes, lactation specialists, and a nanny, no matter the income. Well, this is just, more examples of how in the United States everything fucking sucks and we have no social safety net, especially for mothers. The pro-life people need to get on it. Mandatory child safety classes in schools. Let's see. I think it's important to have childcare education, but I also fear extreme authoritarianism. Right. Exactly. Some of these things do have evidence behind it. Pathological behavior can be traced back. Yeah. Let's see. Right. Joy DeGruy's post-traumatic slave syndrome is a response. Exactly. Thank you, Kayla. This is a good way to describe it. Let me screenshot. Joy DeGruy's post-traumatic slave syndrome is a response to all of the pathologizing of Black people, rooted in white supremacy, of course, which is the actual pathological variable here. Right. So, Myra, if you're still here, that's what I would say about post-traumatic slave syndrome. Saying that holdover behaviors are from slavery is not automatically, in and of itself, as a statement, pathologizing Blackness. There's a difference. Let's see. I think there's a context that's sometimes missed when folks speak of Dr. Joy's post-traumatic slave syndrome, which is understandable because her work is so expansive. Yeah, I kind of feel like people think of her work as just being I don't know, kind of surface level, everything, she just blames everything on slavery, and that's not the message. That's not the message. I'm not saying that anybody here was doing that, but I agree that sometimes her the concept of her work, I think, can get lost on people. I always think of her example about people talking, Black Americans downing their children. Pathologizing that behavior would be saying stuff like Black American parents have no empathy, they're animals, we're animals, we have no empathy, we're criminals, our children are super predators, and what that would be pathologizing. But what Joy DeGruy does, for example, is she says downing our children is a holdover behavior from slavery, because if your child was smart, athletic, strong, beautiful, or handsome, that opened them up to attacks, that opened them up to rape, that opened them up to being sold away from you because they can get a good price because they're so strong. And so she said that a lot of Black Americans and Black American parents developed this behavior of downing their child. So when Massa says man, that Jimmy sure is strong, he could plow the whole field, the parent would be Nah, he not that strong, and the boy's slow. Like, he don't know what he doing. Like, Massa, no, he don't. I need to keep him with me. I need to keep him up under me so that I can watch what he's doing. That's a protective behavior. That's not a pathology. That's a protective behavior. Pathologizing it would be trying to make it seem like, oh, black parents just fucking hate their kids. Like, that would be a pathologizing, you know? So there's a difference in the way that the information is interpreted and presented, you know? Jimmy got a bum leg. You, Massey, you don't want to sell him. He got to be with me. If he's not with me, I don't think he could work, you know? And but a lot of people feel like a lot of black American parents like still, this is Dre DeGrasse theory about that. A lot of black American parents like still have an ingrained behavior of downplaying our children without even knowing why. So Dre DeGrasse theorizes that, like, for example, that's a holdover behavior from slavery that we now need to address and unlearn. And be the healing. You know, that's the catchphrase, be the healing. Joy DeGrasse, post-traumatic slave syndrome. If you've never got into her work, read any of her work, watched any of her lectures, done any of her classes, you can Google it, post-traumatic slave syndrome. She has a lot of free resources right here on YouTube. Love her. Highly recommend her. Helps a lot of things make sense. Where was I? Yeah, Joy DeGrasse is a critical thinker. No one is knocking veganism, but feeding a baby honey and hemp seeds is literally a threat to their health. Oh, we had one of the vegans in here. See, when I said that, I didn't even see the comments because the person got blocked. We had one of the vegans in here talking about, why are you guys knocking veganism? Babies can't be vegan. Babies cannot be vegan. Babies can only have milk or formula. And if you are a parent that's forcing your baby to be vegan, if you're a pet owner that's forcing your pet to be vegan, you're slowly starving them to death. You're killing them. And you should be ashamed. Making it the black woman's fault is pathologizing. Saying they have a good reason is not. Yes, we do still have to watch The Warriors. Idiocracy was an A1 movie, becoming more and more true every day. This has nothing to do with being vegan. They're simply trying veganism. Please stop. Don't be intellectually dishonest. And Queen is a vegan. Like, this is nothing against vegan. I'm a pescatarian. Like, I don't even eat meat. Like, what are y'all talking about? Babies can't be vegan. Babies can't be pescatarian. Babies can't be any of these things. You can't feed babies honey and vegetables. You will kill them. Like, y'all will. I'm really concerned about the amount of people that I now think are starving their children or killing their children because they want to be in this vegan holistic lifestyle, which is not for children. It's for adults. I'm concerned. Some mothers want to keep breastfeeding as long as possible. I've seen 2 to 3 year olds because it's so good for them. Child, I have seen 5-year-olds still climb up, pull out the titty. They don't give a fuck. Honestly, there's women that sell their breast milk to mothers who can't produce it. There's milk banks too. You can like donate it. They like sterilize it. They clean it. They make sure there's no diseases or anything. My OBGYN is black and she's always booked solid 6 months out. Yeah. Would y'all let Summer Walker starve you? They sure would. Just their stands. This is a sick world. Hi, Melissa Smith. Very sick. Summer is ridiculous. These people will not care if her child ends up developmentally disabled because it's not getting the nutrients. Like, a baby literally cannot get enough nutrients, like the nutrients that it needs to grow and develop from fruits and vegetables. This is literally impossible. Like, somebody else said, like, there's a reason why our bodies, we're mammals. Like, there's a reason why our bodies produce breast milk for our children. And if for whatever reason you can't breastfeed, with formula, they try to mimic it. Like, because our bodies do not receive enough nutrients as a baby and our digestive systems cannot handle as a baby certain things. So all you guys really trying to like make some point like we're just against veganism. Like, yes, I'm against veganism for 2-month-olds. Yes, I am. You should be too. If you have a 2-month-old that you're trying to force to being a vegan, you're starving them to death. Full stop. This is an objective fact. This is a fact. This is not my opinion. We're not talking about opinions, perspectives. This is a fact. And I'm a baby expert. You're not going to argue me down about it. I mean, y'all are getting blocked before I'm even seeing it. But I'm just saying. Yeah. If anything, this is love. Love for Summer's baby, not hate for Summer. We're not about to equate being vegan to willfully being misinformed and deliberate negligence. Queen is a vegan. Queen is like, not on my watch. Summer not about to give veganism a bad name on my watch. Hi, Marcy. This is called content creating, and then the next few days, everyone will take your talking points and give you no credit. Hi, Lauren. Babies definitely need fat, not vegetables. Talk about some natural, healthy, vegan lifestyle. How can you ever hate on anything that you could actually accomplish yourself? I hate when people throw that word around so loosely. Like, I don't even eat meat. Like, what? Come on now. I'm not a vegan, but I don't eat meat. And as we've already discussed, honey is also not vegan. So Summer ain't no damn vegan either. Like, shut the fuck up. Y'all don't even know. Do y'all even know what veganism is? Not y'all, but you know, like the people that saying this, like, do they even know what veganism is? Because the shit she's eating ain't vegan either. Like, shut the fuck up. Vegan police! Where the fuck are the vegan police? I need the vegan police to bust through Summer Walker's wall right now. A baby technically already has a healthy lifestyle. Baby's milk is a whole food. Thank you, Meek. Like, people are really putting adult ideology on food and nutrition and health and wellness and diets on babies and children. I don't like that. I don't like that. A baby and a child, like breast milk is natural. Like, what are y'all talking about? Bro, natural breast milk is vegan. That's the best way to give an infant a vegan lifestyle. Not raw honey, fruits, and veggies. What are y'all saying? The baby doesn't know nothing about being vegan. It just wants that breast. And you guys know that babies can smell breast milk. They can, like, smell it. They can, like, smell you. It's called rooting. And I think it's called the same thing in animals, too. Well, I mean, humans are animals, but you know what I mean? Like mammals, they can smell it, and they, like, root. They root for it. So they root, like, they put, like, when you're holding a baby, especially if you have titties, when you're holding a baby, sometimes like the baby like turns its head, like the baby turns its head from side to side like this. That's called rooting, and they're trying to smell for the milk. Like, it's literally an animal instinct. Like, it's an evolutionary instinct. Y'all are like talking about some giving babies fruits and vegetables and honey, which will kill them so they can have a natural vegan lifestyle. That's not even natural for a baby. Is it crack? Is it crack? Is it crack, y'all? Is it crack? Is it crack? Is it crack? No, it's not crack. It's fucking Instagram. It's fucking social media. And they're following these people that don't know shit. And they're fucking giving their fucking babies fucking GNC smoothies and fucking concoctions. I'm really concerned for these people's kids. I'm concerned. She's grooming her baby for developmental issues. No, she was giving the baby hemp milk and honey. It is a baby. A baby. Since when do babies need to be on a natural vegan diet? Y'all talking about obesity and junk food. This is a baby. Bro, people talk about I seen people give their babies junk food and french fries. Who the fuck have you seen give a baby french fries? And if you have, that's child abuse too. Babies don't even have teeth. What are we talking about? Their opinions are framed as though the people criticizing them are feeding their babies Cheetos and honey buns. Exactly, Sika, and french fries. Like, girl, please stop. Most parents I've seen who are vegetarian or vegan wait till their kids are at least 6 before they give them a plant-based diet, and usually the kid can choose if that's what they want. They act like people feed 2 months old and 3 months old and 4 months old all type of GMO meat and hot Cheetos. You're only supposed to give us a baby milk. Breast milk or formula. And I saw somebody say cow's milk. No, not cow's milk. You're not supposed to give them cow's milk either. No. The closest non-human milk that I learned you can give them is goat milk. Parenting classes are good, but I thought it was just common sense that babies drink milk. Apparently, common sense isn't so common, and this is coming from a vegan. There's a lot of vegans in here that are like, they giving veganism a bad name. To be honest, people should be required to get personal therapy along with parenting classes. So many of the issues with parenting stems from people's own trauma. I didn't know honey was bad for kids. It's okay. I got 11 nieces and nephews and never knew. All your criticism isn't a personal attack. It can be edifying. I don't know if I pronounced that word right, but I know what it means. Yeah, I know a lot of people. A lot of people hit me up yesterday on Instagram because I posted how you can't give babies honey, and I posted like reputable sources and links so people could read more about it. And a lot of people were hitting me up saying like they never knew, including people I know that have some kids, which had me like, were you listening to the pediatrician? Because that's the first thing the pediatrician tells you. Protection and a resistance. This freaks me out. A lot of people starve or put their babies on diets because they're worried about their babies being unhealthy. I really hope she feeds her baby. That's where Joes come in the Black community. Wow, just opened up a deep thought. If you haven't checked out post-traumatic slave syndrome, you should check it out, Queen Brittany. He won't fetch a good price. I remember Dr. Joy talking about that. Good job, y'all, on differentiating this. I love her lecture. She's a brilliant woman. Right, absurd. You see that peanut head? I think the behavior is still a means of fear and protection. Perhaps some Black parents fear if too many people look at and pay attention to their children, they're more likely to get targeted. I love Dr. Joy's Wellness Wednesdays. Hi, Jay Malik. How can we heal from our internal pain, especially when we cover it up with sarcasm and comedy? That's the question. It's a lot of work. That's why, if you could find a great Black American woman therapist that you can also afford and pay for on a sliding scale and like work some shit out, I recommend it. But I know it's hard. Babies can't be vegan. No, babies can't be vegan. Hashtag babies cannot be vegan. Ignorance kills. Honey's not even vegan. People are so dumb. They can't even tell their lies and facts apart. When do people get this dumb? Vegan mothers still breastfeed. Exactly. Honey isn't even vegan. My mom is a vegetarian and still feeds my dog meat. Like, you just need common sense. I also think that maybe there's like a control thing happening here. Maybe. I don't know. If people wanting to like control. I don't know. I'm going to think about that. Hashtag babies can't be vegan. A lot of you guys put that. Babies are milkatarian, okay? Veganism ain't for babies, point blank. Veganism is for mature systems only. Right. When adults want their kids, babies, and pets to be vegan. Thank you. Thank you, Maya. This is what I was just trying to get at with this control thing. Maya. When adults want their kids, babies, and pets to be vegan, it's almost like their self-image, importance, and moral high ground is more important than the health of those that depend on them. That is exactly what I was trying to get at. Because, like, pets and shit are innocent. They, like, they can only eat what you fucking give them. Like, same with, like, kids and fucking babies. Like, and pets can't be fucking vegan. Babies can't be fucking vegan. Like, kids can't be vegan till a certain age. They need certain nutrients that they can't get just from fucking fruits and vegetables. Like, this is a literal fact. Like, they need the fat. I know we think fat is a bad word, but they need the fat. Which is also why, like, a lot of times, too, when you have, like, older kids that are too small, the doctor will tell you, like I said, to, like, give them Similac, give them Pedialyte, give them Pediasure, feed them a lot of fatty foods, like fucking cheese and fucking avocados. Like, kids need fat. They need fat to grow. They need energy. They're constantly running around and shit, burning calories. I mean, hopefully, like, but that's a different conversation. We're not going to get into that. Like, they're not adults. Babies aren't even allowed to have honey. It says that on the package. The 21st century is crazy. Summer Walker needs to be in this chat because I'm learning a lot here. Listen, I'm a baby expert. Like, Summer, please call me. Please, I will help you. Yeah. Let me see. Hi. The bones need those nutrients too. Her baby's bones will be weak. My mom held on to her ability to breastfeed my brother because she loves the bond. And like I also said, like, breastfeeding also, like, it raises, like, it helps your baby's digestive system. It raises your baby's immune system. Like, it's good for your baby. Really, shouldn't someone's diet be a choice that they make for themselves once they have the maturity to do so? Babies and pets can't make that choice, and they need specific things in their diet. If I'm not mistaken, feeding things like fibrous fruits and vegetables to your babies too soon can also cause severe blockages in their intestines. Yes, I said that earlier too. I was like, her baby probably cries all the time because his stomach hurts. Probably the baby probably has gas. You guys also know that fruits and vegetables cause gas. Like, her baby's probably crying all the time from gas pain. Her baby probably projectile vomits a lot too, I bet. Yes, I'm a pescatarian. I stopped eating red meat when I was in middle school. I couldn't even tell you what a fucking hot dog or a hamburger or something like that even tastes like. I stopped eating red meat when I was in middle school, and then I quit eating all poultry and all that shit a few years ago because I just, in good conscience and in good faith, I could not support factory farming, which I wrote about for Riot Material. I wrote about factory farming. So if you guys go look on the About page and you look at my work at Riot Material, you can find links to all of my work. I was just like, I can't. I am still pescatarian. I would like to eventually get to I would like to eventually get to vegetarianism. Hopefully, I'm trying. Because I'm really trying. Even now, I'm trying to lower my fish consumption a lot, and I always go out of my way as much as I can to make sure that I'm eating fish that were not factory raised. So we'll see. But yeah, I'm a pescatarian. So I'm not somebody that's eating a whole lot of meat and junk food and shit like that either. And I was a junk food junkie for a long time, which you guys know I had to quit eating junk food. So again, I'm not somebody that is against veganism or holistic living or anything like that. But not for a 2-month-old baby. You guys have to stop. Summer Walker is literally hurting her child. She could be stupid by herself, but she does not need to bring her child into her ignorant mentality. It's scary thinking about how her baby's health is. Get them, queen. Defend the reputation of black vegans. A friend unwilling to lovingly correct you is more dangerous than an enemy. Child, these folks are brain dead. My folks are going to be pissed that they won't be able to put cereal in my baby's bottles. It's a lot of old wives' tales about cereal and honey that I'm not doing for my children. Yes, Summer Walker told us what she feeds her baby. She already said previously that she was only going to be feeding her baby fruits and vegetables. And then she posted a picture of the shit she was putting in her baby bottle, which is exactly what we're talking about. So obviously you're here asking questions without even knowing the bare minimum information of the situation. By the way, I forgot honey's not even vegan. I'm cracking up. What's more natural than breast milk? People talk about natural diet. What are they saying? No vegan diet, no vegan powers. I'm here. She ain't giving black vegans a bad rep based off of fat. This is not your still developing system. Honey come from bees. End of story. It's not vegan. Yeah, she posted what she feeds her baby. Yes, she posted what she feeds her baby. She posted what she feeds her baby. They can root and they find your breast naturally. The best kind of milk for a human is human breast milk. That's how Joey's find the pouch, smelling and rooting. Yes, I peeped this rooting thing with my little nephew, clawing for his mom's chest, trying to rip her shirt off. Yeah, oh my God, especially once they start getting their little nails, they will scratch you. They try to get them boobies. And when a baby cries, nursing women leak. They lactate. Woo! I think it's crack and social media, honestly. Social media is crack to them. She's giving her baby a bottle of botulism. Yes, Jeff Short, if you're still here, email me. My email's on the About page. Email me. My email's on the About page. Give me your contact information. I remember watching a short documentary about when it's recommended that you let an infant lay on the mother so they could work their way to finding the nipple to breastfeed. It was adorable. Yes, GNC Smoothies. Hi, Cafe Olay. No, I've been on almost 2 hours now. I'm trying to finish up. Yeah. Right, with what teeth? The lies. I've been a vegetarian for 10 years and I still laugh at these crazy ass people. This is a real story. Never give babies cow milk. You better say something to your brother, Jay. You should send your brother this video and be like, I think you should watch this. I think you will really like it. JM, please send your brother this link, a link to this live stream after I get off. Some people don't know that even something like gummy bears isn't vegan because of gelatin. People don't read what's in food. It's wild. Sika, I have literally seen people be like eating gummy bears, eating Jello, talking about, oh, it's vegan. For any of you that don't know what gelatin is made out of, gelatin is made out of fucking pig bones that they fucking grind up into a powder. And that's what they use to like, what's the word I want? It's used as like a, not a hardener, what is it called? You know, like it's you mix it into food like to give the Jello its consistency so it like sticks together. I know there's a word for that, a food word for that. But like you put it in stuff so it sticks together. It's like some type of like sticky compound. So people eating all this stuff, not realizing that this shit basically has fucking pork in it. It's not vegan. It is not vegan. Which is also why it's funny to see people being like, natural veganism diet. As they fucking eat honey and fucking Jello and shit that's not fucking vegan. I'm a vegan too, but I keep it to myself. Yeah. Cause judging never works, causes people to pretend to be vegan for validation. I've seen vegans add meats to their diets while pregnant for the extra nutrition. The block bus is on non-GMO. She could be dealing with postpartum. But let me also say, not saying that any of you are implying this, but like there's a lot of postpartum women that kill their babies. So her being postpartum is also not going to be something that, like being postpartum, I don't think that you guys are trying to say that it's an excuse. So excuse is not the right word, but I also feel like too often now, a lot of people are just like, well, it's postpartum. Let her do whatever she wants. It's postpartum. Like she might have postpartum. Plenty of women kill their babies while they're suffering from postpartum depression. And I'm being totally serious. Like I'm not joking. I'm not kidding. I'm not making a joke. So like, right. Let's her off the hook. Like, if somebody has postpartum and then they kill their baby, like, do you guys think that's fine? Like, I don't really understand. Like, when I see this kind of getting, like, thrown out there, of like, well, she might have postpartum. Like, yeah, she might have postpartum. She might have postpartum, which actually makes it even more serious. And actually means that she really should go get some fucking help. Because, yeah, she might have postpartum. She's seriously injuring her baby. And I am a baby expert. So for the person that just got here talking about like, oh, this is why people shouldn't post their babies, da-da-da-da-da. She did post her baby. She did make it our business. I did see her baby. I do know what a healthy baby is supposed to look like. I'm very familiar with what a healthy baby of around 2 to 3 months old is supposed to look like. Their legs. Her baby looks malnourished and not healthy. And she did post what she fucking makes her baby. She posted the baby bottle and everything with the fucking honey and shit right next to it. You're never supposed to give a baby honey. It's poison for babies. It kills babies. And you're not supposed to give a baby anything but milk or breast milk or formula. For people think I'm talking about cow's milk. Not cow's milk. Breast milk or formula because their bodies literally can't handle it. Their digestive system cannot handle it. Their immune system cannot handle it. She made it our business. Exactly. She made it our business. So stop trying to be like, this way you can't, ha ha ha, this way you can't post your kids. Or she might have postpartum. You guys need to leave her alone. No, if she has postpartum, people need to get in her ass even more, actually. So she can go get some fucking help. They both need help. Postpartum depression is very serious. Yes, postpartum depression is very serious. I watch crime docs. Many people who kill their babies have postpartum. Like, we have all these like buzzwords. I was reading this article the other day about like how therapy jargon has like made it into our like, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure I saved it in Pocket. I was reading this like article the other day about how all this like therapy jargon has like made its way into our day-to-day mainstream conversation, and how it's actually like making shit like worse, because now people just like throw out all these terms that they like don't really understand what they mean, or like the severity, the seriousness of the term. Like, you can't just be like, she's just depressed, like she just has postpartum, like we should just like let her get, you know, like get over it, or like deal with it, or, you know, like we should give her some slack because she might have postpartum. No, if she has postpartum, she actually needs to be on a tighter rope so that we could be sure nothing happens to that baby. Like, y'all are using these motherfucking words and shit, and the words don't mean what you motherfuckers think they mean. Stop using these words that you don't know what they mean just because you read an infographic on Instagram one time about postpartum. I know about postpartum. I've studied child development. Like I've said, like, I'm a baby expert. Like, if there's one thing I know babies, I know kids, I know moms. I know, like, I'm not a midwife or anything like that. I don't know about pregnancy, but I know babies. Well, I do know a lot about pregnancy. I've seen several pregnancies up close and personal as well, but I have not formally studied. I have formally studied child development, occupational therapy, speech therapy, all that, food allergies, all that. I'm an expert. Postpartum, all that. Stop using these words and shit that y'all don't know what they mean. I'm serious. Babies aren't even safe from diet culture. A damn shame. The black woman therapist is a must. There's definitely a control thing. Babies are titty-tarians. Failure to thrive will happen. Yeah, you caught the end. Fat is necessary. Fat is a part of life. Healthy fats are important. Peanut butter too has good fats. Most of the human brain is fat. You have to power that. Fat is essential to brain health. That's why people say all this stuff about like all these fatty fishes and taking fish oil and cod oil and shit like that. It's good for your brain because of the fat. Babies are vegan. Vegan means animal free. They can only drink their mom's fatty milk. Drinking baby cow's milk is meant to make a baby cow fat. That's why humans have no business drinking it. I didn't necessarily know that babies couldn't eat honey. I just assumed you wouldn't feed that to your baby. I'm a child development therapist, and yes, she's definitely neglecting her child. I work with feeding therapists and OTs. I want to get into how people feed their children, because obviously there's a lot of parents putting their kids on diets and not feeding them the right thing. It says right on the jar on Honey Pot, don't give it to babies. The fiber in fruits and vegetables is a lot for some adults, so imagine a baby. Just because you blend it up, it's still the same. That's why I feel like they treat babies like accessories. It's all about the parent's self-image. They're trying to work out their deep-rooted issues through their child. That vegan gas is no joke. My first 4 months, I was downing kombucha like crazy. The baby will eventually need a G-tube to supplement feeding if summer keeps this up. My food journey. Maybe we all need another health class. I'm still learning about stuff you can't eat as an adult. No, I don't have kids. I do not have kids. But I'm a baby expert. I've worked with kids my entire adult life. That's all I've ever done. I've never worked in an office. I've only worked with children since I was 19. That's all I've done ever. And then art and activism. That's it. I'm originally from Baltimore. I don't know how to give up seafood. Oh, I'm from DC. I can't let go of crabs. That's my problem. That's my problem. No, I don't think they're trying. I think they were just asking. I don't think they were trying to like insinuate anything. I think they were just asking. You know how SIDS occurs, babies stop breathing and just die for seemingly no reason? What if there's because of all these uninformed and misinformed parents feeding their kids what they're not supposed to ingest? I think there's a lot of that too. I think there's a lot of that as well. Bye, Queen. I'm trying to finish up. I'm 10 minutes behind. I think there's more of that than people think about. Sudden infant death syndrome, which is SIDS. I think there's more of that than people think about that. Oh, I think a lot, this is just my personal opinion though. This is my personal opinion because I'm not a doctor, but this is my personal opinion. I think a lot of SID stuff is related to like shit that people are eating and like shit that they're doing to their children. A binder, thank you. That's the fucking word I was looking for. Yes, a binder, a coagulant. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sean and Vanity. Yes, that's what I want. That's it. That's it. A binder or a coagulant. Yes. Gelatin. I work with Muslim kids and they made sure gelatin was not in their snacks. Jews also. When I found that out, I looked for gelatin-free marshmallows and vitamin supplements. Gelatin is pig and rat bones ground up. It's a coagulant. Yes. A sticking agent is what I usually call it. People eating all kinds of stuff, calling themselves vegan. Exactly, Billy. If she has postpartum depression, even more of a reason to step in. They both need help. Like, it's wild to me to see the amount of people saying like, well, she could have postpartum. We need to just leave her alone to figure it out. No, that's like the opposite of what needs to happen. She looks like she needs some help. No shade. Postpartum ain't no joke. She needs a reasonable tribe around her. Not Erykah Badu giving her BS. If she's dealing with postpartum, she needs to go get help. Seriously. At what age can children start eating veggies and fruits? A year. What age can babies eat those jarred baby food? So between 6 months to a year is when you can start introducing like baby food and like pureed stuff, rice cereal and stuff like that, because like you give them liquids at first because that's all they can handle. And then you start giving them, a little rice cereal if that's what you want to do, or like iron. They make like iron cereal for babies. And then a lot of times what people start doing is, so they start giving them either the breast milk or the liquid formula with iron cereal, and then like maybe a little bit of like pureed baby food. Or if you don't want to do pureed baby food, you just want to do like your own blended, fruits and vegetables, a little bit of that mixed in. It has to be slow and gradual to build up their tolerance. And then normally around like a year, you can start giving them, which I said earlier in the live. It's also it's baby-led weaning. Baby-led weaning is what it's called. A lot of it depends on how interested your child is in food, how their motor skills are, if they have this. Because if they have this, they can pick up a Cheerio. If they don't have this yet, you can start with other things, Definitely not before 8 months to a year. No. Or some doctors say 1 year or when they get their first tooth. Because some babies get their first tooth really early. If you have a really advanced baby that has a tooth at 8 months old and they're really interested in food, that's early. But your doctor, your pediatrician or your nutritionist or your physician's assistant, whoever you're going to, they might say it's okay. But they might also say, well, let's get them on iron drops. Or let's make sure they're getting their suppositories, their supplements, their vitamins. Because like babies still need certain types of vitamins and supplements and nutrients. And they still need a certain amount of fat to grow. It's necessary for a baby. Not an adult, a baby. People are putting adult diets on babies. Honey is perceived as healthy by a lot of people, but it's definitely not for babies. Summer needs help. I hope the baby doesn't get botulism from the honey. It kills babies. I'm glad she posted the baby so that people could intervene. Babies can start eating solids after 6 months. I feel you have to be careful with that because people hear the word solids and they think you mean french fries, or crackers and shit. Oh, let me just give my 6-month-old a cracker to gnaw on. That is not what we mean by solids. We mean like rice cereal. We mean like blended baby food. Like, we do not mean celery. Do not give your 8-month-old some with the celery. Oh my God. I'm scared for people's children, y'all. I'm scared for people's children. It's really concerning. What the hell do people even be talking about? The baby's legs were deplorable. The child's starving. The bottles of honey say don't give this to children. I don't understand people. I'm almost at the end. I don't understand people who deliberately put their business out in the street and up in people's faces and then tell everyone to mind their own when they don't get the reaction they wanted. I hate that. Clinical words in pop culture is terrible. People have been desensitized to therapy jargon. They throw shit around that they don't know what it means. Words mean things. Therapy jargon got hijacked, just like woke jargon. People really act like depression is just a simple adjective. Exactly, Kieran. Exactly. Oh, she's just depressed. There's a lot more to that word than they think. We should help her. A lot of moms that have postpartum kill themselves too. You don't just get over postpartum depression. You need assistance. That was the point I was making. She's harming the child during postpartum, hanging out in clubs. The people around her need to double down to protect the child. She is out of it. Yes, I was a teacher, educator, all that. All that. Most of these words, you have to be diagnosed. You had a Black midwife on your Black American episode as well. Yes, we talked about it earlier, but for anyone that missed it, the Oakland episode of the Black Americans, I sat down with Adrienne, who is a midwife and a doula. Yes, I do have credentials. I'm credentialed. I was a preschool teacher. So, yes, I do. I know what I'm fucking talking about. Let's see. Same. I never even thought about whether or not a baby could eat honey, because it's like wondering if a baby can have any other food that's not breast milk. The answer is obviously no. Crabs are everything to me. I'm never giving up seafood as a Bostonian. I was just listening to the radio, and some Boston dude, the old mayor, was talking about some shit that happened with the police there, Smiley. Before he even said he was the mayor of Boston, I already knew who his ass was, because his fucking accent was so strong. The collagen in the bones makes it gelatinous. Thank you, Nina. Let's see. A lot of people don't get that food consumption doesn't work like math. You can't eat chocolate with spinach and the two cancel each other out. You can't feed babies certain things that adults can eat. That's not how it works. Most people don't even know about children or child rearing and then have babies and are completely lost, and the family isn't even informed. Yeah. I mean, and like I said previously, like a lot of the times if you go look on like the Red Cross website, they do have a lot of classes you can take to get child and infant and adult CPR certified, which I am, to get credentialed to study child development, to study, you guys know that I've also studied like the Montessori like I'm credentialed in the Montessori method, like a lot of stuff. Like since I was 19 years old, I've basically been studying children and babies and working with them. Like I said, like there's a lot of shit I don't know, but I know motherfucking babies. I know babies. And I know kids. So sad. Infants aren't even meant to be given water before a certain age. Like, she probably has good intentions, but the type of diet she's feeding a baby is for a baby 1 year older at least. Yeah, like, and I do think, like, I'm sure Summer really thinks this shit is healthy. Like, I'm not trying to say that she has bad intentions, but it doesn't matter if she has bad intentions or not if her baby is suffering and starving. Period. The road to hell is paved with the best intentions. Just because something is healthy for a grown-up doesn't make it healthy for a kid or a baby. So I don't care. There are stages to food and eating when it comes to babies and children. She has postpartum, so that makes slowly killing her baby okay, is basically what they're saying. I just hate that from what we've already seen from Summer. I'm doubting she'll seek real help, even though I really hope she does. The guidance she seeks might be even more skewed and reckless. I don't know. Sad situation all around. She's on Instagram drinking liquor, but her baby has to be vegan and holistic. I can't. The poor child is only 2 months. Baby-led weaning, that's another term I just learned. Clarissa. Baby-led weaning is another thing I learned reading Montessori. Yeah, the DMV got the best seafood. Then I went to Cali and became vegan. Lord, take the wheel. Poor baby. Sometimes it seems that the most responsible and sensible people don't have children. That's because we know all the work that it really fucking takes. It takes so much work, and they're so expensive, and it takes so much work, and it's so easy to mess them up, and it's so easy to kill them for real, like, or to harm them. Like, you got to be real serious. So I think there is an element of, like, not giving a fuck that a lot of people have when they have kids. Let's see. Episode 3. Thank you, Davey. The people closest to her need to hold her accountable and get her some help. We need more doulas, midwives, and community mothering centers. Yes, please. If you guys missed episode 3 of the Black Americans, the Oakland episode, I did sit down with a Black American midwife and we talked about a lot of this. If you guys missed my video on reparations, I talked about this in my video on reparations as well. Not that Seren needs credentials to know what she's talking about. I don't need credentials because before I became credentialed, I very much got the motherfucking practical knowledge. I started out as a mother's helper. I was a mother's helper. I was an au pair. I was a babysitter. I was a nanny. Like, again, I started out when I was a teenager, and I kind of just like kept graduating up and up and up, and then I got into the school system. I became a teacher, and I did become credentialed, and I have studied. But I also have practical experience. Like, I know what a 2-3 month old healthy baby, because I've seen at least 20 of them in my lifetime, is supposed to look like. I've personally seen with my own eyes on the scale of like how healthy babies look. People go diagnosing folks on the internet but act like that absolves them of responsibility. I've been clinically depressed, but that doesn't mean I just get a pass for fuckery. I hate WebMD. Hi, Senna. Bye. I'm almost to the bottom, so I'm going to head out soon as well. Intentions are for shit. You guys remember my old video, impact versus intent? Like, if Summer's intent is good, does it matter if her impact kills her child? That's something people really need to think about. Like, all of the people that keep saying, I don't think Summer has ill intent, think about impact. Impact versus intent. Okay, being a child therapist, I was like, nope, on kids. I know. Mumbo sauce, who's from DC? Yeah, that's part of the reason why I don't have kids. Never gonna be me. A lot of smart people know what can go wrong and how much they can harm, even accidentally, plus the expense, like you said. Some people have kids completely unaware of what it really means. Certain being a teacher makes sense. Hi, Domino. I'm almost to the end. I don't talk about shit I don't know about. I literally don't. I don't talk about shit I don't know about. I try to learn about shit I don't know about before I talk about it. Let's see. Hey, DC here. Oh, and I think I just got to the bottom. Yep, and I just got to the bottom, so I'm gonna go. But this was a lot, and it really made me feel some type of way, and I just really hope that Summer's able to get the help she needs, that her baby's able to get the help she needs, and for all of y'all that learned today that you can't feed your baby honey and that babies can't be vegan, just anybody that you think needs to see this video, somebody said they brother, go ahead and pass it along. Baby advice, baby advice. I've told you guys I've thought about eventually doing like a series on like babies and child development and like lesson plans. It's just not something I've done yet, but I have considered it, so we'll see where that goes. So bye guys. J. Cole video tomorrow. Honey isn't vegan. Where are the vegan police? See y'all. Bye.